Hey guys, how's it going? And happy Friday. Soggy, wet Friday in Michigan, but we're still doing good here. And I hope all of you guys are too. I was a little late coming on the stream tonight because I said I'm going to try to say hi to all the good people in the chat till I realized there's a lot more of you than me. So, all of you I didn't get a chance to say hi to so far. Hey, how's it going? I hope you guys are good. And this stream is going to be like how I intend all of my streams to be. A stream of encouragement, trying to give you guys some advice because we've been in pretty tough times for the last year and a half. I mean, really, all this started over 100 years ago. The Bolsheviks in Russia in 1917. Very important date, not in a good way, a very infamous time. You look at the United States, the way the policies have been developed since. It appears they're trying to take our country from us, and most of you already know that by now. And we can never, ever, ever let this become a communist country. And this is a battle of good versus evil. And good needs to prevail. And there's a lot of good people. And that's why I keep coming on here every week. For the encouragement that you guys give me. And maybe I can offer a little bit of encouragement back. Well, with any type of war. Again, good versus evil. A republic. Because we do have a republic, as Ben Franklin said, if you can keep it. And that's actually like literally you that's watching right now. Think about that. That's a big responsibility, isn't it? But it's one that I wear with honor, and I think all of you should too. We need to stay a constitutional republic, and we need to follow and abide by the laws of the land, because the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, these were brilliant documents, and they're just as smart now as they ever were before. And anyone that tells you that you're stupid, don't believe them. Don't listen to them. You're the smart ones, and you need to have confidence, and you need to take care of yourselves, your families, and your country, right? And with that, I encourage all of you. Now, with that said, it takes a little bit of planning. And my channel was a lot smaller then. Still a small channel, but you guys know what I'm saying. Back about a year and a half ago now. Yeah, we've seen stuff go crazy in the past year as far as availability, prices. Now we see with this former vice president weaponizing the ATF to come through with, yet again, more restrictions. They're called proposed rulemaking, right? Which unfortunately, due to a bunch of bad case precedents, in my opinion, unconstitutional laws, do in this society we live in have full force and effect of law. And if you guys remember back about a year and a half ago, before this whatever, they call it the plague, they call it many, many things, but I think you guys know what I mean, where basically the world got turned upside down in this country and many other countries where you guys are. And all of you have these rights. All of you have rights endowed by your creator. So don't forget that. But the problem is they're always trying to put hurdles up, aren't they? Trying to make it a lot harder for people, poor people, working class people to freely exercise these natural rights that the government did not give us. The right to keep and bear arms shall but not be infringed. It does not say that in 1791, we, the Congress, give you these rights. It doesn't say that anywhere. No, they're referring to these laws of nature and of nature's God. And that's literally what it says in the Declaration of Independence, reminding you, assuring you, and giving you the confidence in that document. And I assure you to read it as much as possible, that these rights were endowed by your creator, right? These are certain unalienable rights. And amongst these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And then about 15 years later, Congress decided to write them down. And the second thing that they chose to write was a well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And that literally means what it says and says what it means. Now, here's the thing. We've had a long road now of usurpations and despotism. And it talks about that in the Declaration too. So we're in a situation now where I'm just trying to give you guys some pointers. I'm just trying to point out the obvious, and I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to give really good advice in this chat right now too. Now, don't get me wrong. These proposed rule regulations, we're going to more specifically talk about the redefinitions of frames and receivers and serializations and different firearms parts. Now, I'm not going to go through exactly what the rule says. We've talked about that before here, and a lot of channels have. But we're kind of in the same situation, believe it or not, as we were a little over a year and a half ago. So let me go back. And those of you that watch this channel, some of you are still here right now, and I'm really lucky and feel honored that some of you guys are still here, right? It's been a crazy time. Like, in a way, seems like I just blinked and it was pre-plague, whatever. But then it also feels like 100 years has gone by in the last year and a half. Is there someone out there thinking the same way as me? Like, it's hard to put into words, but a lot of you are probably thinking, yeah, man, I know what you're talking about. You can't quite describe it, but it's like one day has passed in the last year and a half, but also about 100 years have passed all at once. Not necessarily in a good way. Although there's a lot to be thankful for, and a lot of good things have probably happened to all of us in the past year and a half. It's just like this weird blur where you woke up one day, right? And you're like, what's going on? Where's America? Because maybe a lot of us didn't realize that ever since we've been born, they've been chipping away at it more and more and more. Well, unless you've been under a rock, it's pretty obvious now what's going on. And a year and a half ago on this stream, I said, guys, look, and go back and look if you don't believe me. And I was trying to help you guys then. And I felt bad because all we've been able to do is basically complain for the last year and a half while offering as much encouragement as possible. And again, that's why I do these streams. And I appreciate all of you. But I said, guys, look, now let's pretend this is a year and a half ago. Go back and look at my streams last March, guys. They're there. I said, guys, look, this was 609. This was 609 a box last week. It's up to 639. If you can do it, if you can afford it, get as much as you can now. I also said, guys, look, this was $8.99, and this is true. If you're new to guns, go back and look. I'm not lying to you. I'm like, guys, I just got this for $8.99 a week or two ago. We're still pretending this is last spring, for those of you just joining. I'm like, it just went up 50 cents, but get it now while you still can, and some of you did. Same thing here. This was about $3.60 a box. I bought a lot of it at that price, but not enough. You can never buy enough, especially when you work for a living like me. There's never enough to do everything. But for those of you that were able to prioritize, you were happy you did. Because when we saw this at the height, it started to go up to 20, then 25, 30, 35, sometimes 50. $50 for 50 rounds for something like this, which is a full metal jacket. I found this to be very decent ammo, but it's certainly nothing special. And is it worth $50 a box? Well, heck no. But at the same time, yes, if you owned none, if you had... Look, a lot of people said, look, I just bought a new G2C and I have none. I said, well, you had to buy it. But it sucked. And it was a, quote, ripoff, obviously, right? Well, I'm not going to tell you guys to buy ammo today, but I have been thinking about a lot of stuff. And I'm going to try to help you guys because I've been around this a long time. And by no means do I think I'm the smartest person here, but I think by me broaching this topic, I'll be able to give you guys some advice that will hopefully genuinely help you. And then I'm hoping... This is where you guys all come into play. All of you that are smarter than me, and I truly mean that, can be chiming in the comments with stuff you're planning right now. And planning might just mean you're saving up money. Planning might be looking at things that you can foresee in the future are either going to be harder to get, quote unquote, possibly illegal to get. Yeah. Or prices, things like that. So we're going to talk about a few things that are on my mind. And I don't have much money. This is my most expensive hobby, guys, but I've got a little plan. There's a few things I'm trying to, save a little bit here and there and get a little nest egg going. A few things I'm actually buying up right now. Other things I'm saving for because I think we're going to see prices dropping on certain things for a while. And then other things I think we're going to see prices soar back up again. And we'll go through all that. And it concerns this new ATF proposed rulemaking of the redefinition of frames, receivers, serialization. I'm also going to talk a little bit about ammo prices. A lot of you ask me, what's the best AK I should get? What's the best AR for the money? Any questions like that, just pop them in the chat. If you leave a super chat, I really, really appreciate your generosity. I'll be almost sure to see it, and I'll try to read as many of the other comments as I can. And if you guys can do me a favor, if there's someone in here who's just genuinely trying to find out something, if one of you guys know the answer, help them out. I think one of the best things about these Friday streams is probably the chat first and foremost, and then second would be what I have to offer. So definitely feel at home in the chat, hang out with each other, and help each other. We really do need each other right now, and I don't think I could possibly emphasize that enough. But I think you guys understand. I know you do. America the Free with the super chat. Thanks a lot, man. Offering us encouragement right away. And he's a channel member. And before I forget, I looked over. There's like 50 channel members in here. Thanks so much, guys. And I'm going to talk about it in a little bit. I'm really going to start ramping up some more perks for you guys. including probably some exclusive content that's not even on here anymore on this particular site. But I'll talk about that as the stream goes on a little bit. America the Free, he says, love all Second Amendment people. Thank you for the information. Well, thank you too. And I appreciate all the Second Amendment people too. We can call you guys Second Amendment people. We can call each other gun people. We can call each other all these things. But at the end of the day, we're just people. We're just normal people, aren't we? And that's one more. I'm going to say it again because it's important. You know, I'm repeating myself, but people are just now coming into the stream. This is a battle of good versus evil, and you are the normal one, and you need to reject with every bone in your body people trying to tell you that there's something wrong with you. People that tell you that you should give up on all the ideals that made this country great. No, they're wrong and we're right, and we need to just confidently remember that. And I really want you guys to, because so many people are trying to marginalize certain ways of life. Look, you've always been able to build firearms in the United States, and you were actually able to build them before we were a country. Think about it. What, around June, July era of 1775, we had Lexington and Concord in Massachusetts. I don't think we would have fared so well if we couldn't have made our own firearms back then, do you? And I wonder if that's tied into precisely the reason why they want to make it where we can't, or at least drastically hinder making our own firearms today. I wonder about these things, but I don't wonder too much because I think I know what the answer is. I think a lot of you guys do too. Curtis Reynolds with a super chat. Thanks a lot, man. Very generous super chat. I really appreciate it. And you guys are going to see in the upcoming videos, I really do put all these generous contributions back in the channel because I couldn't afford to do this without you guys. But if you guys find value in what I do, I really, really appreciate it. He says, hey, brother, I never thought I'd live to see the day that communism would even get a foothold in this country. You know what? I didn't either. I guess just call me stupid, or stuff's just been ramping up so much lately. It's just impossible. I guess a lot of us, just to try to be happy, and we should be happy, I guess a lot of us are just a little bit predisposed to just trying to look for the best. And we should look for the best, but we really just can't ignore what's going on either. I think it's important for everybody to have a plan and to be prepared in the stuff you need. Now, like I said, I'm not telling you that coming up here in a couple months, you're not going to be able to buy a Glock slide or a barrel. You might still be able to, but geez, they're sure putting lots of hurdles in place, aren't they? Where a lot of you might not be able to get past those hurdles, whether it's financially, availability. So I'm going to tell you guys what I'm kind of doing to get ready the best I can. Now, when all this comes down, I'm going to sit there and say, I wish I would have bought more. I wish it would. We're always going to think that, okay? So don't let you striving for perfection. And we should always try to strive towards a more perfect union, a more perfect father, husband, wife, son, daughter. We should always strive towards it. But it's a fine line. Don't let perfect get in the way of good enough. If you wish you'd saved up and bought 10 Glock slides before this proposed rule goes through, and I hope it doesn't, but it probably will, if you want my opinion. It probably will. You wanted 10. But you couldn't afford 10, so you bought 0. Well, guess what? Having 1 or 2 might have been a lot better than none. Thanks, Curtis Reynolds. I appreciate it, man. And look, the money, it costs a lot of money to do this channel. So when you guys leave me a super chat like that, yeah, there's nuts and bolts. I'll be able to take this money, buy more stuff for content that you guys have been requesting. But even more than that, the fact that you guys all work hard for your money. And I do too. And I take the time out to do this. And then you guys take your time out, your hard-earned money, your labor, to give a little something back. I take that as a really big compliment. So thanks to all of you. And even if you're not leaving me money, you're spending your time hanging out, which again is a very valuable asset. And I'm honored by that too. America the Free, thanks again, man, for another super chat. He says, good versus evil. In the end, God wins. Look, I hope so. Good versus evil, it could mean God. It could mean many things to many people, okay? But whatever it is, guys, that you believe in, just I hope you get lots of encouragement in that, because you're going to need it. You know, we've had the former vice president threatening us with F-15s and nukes. I never thought I'd live to see the day when that would happen in this country either. Did you? Bet you didn't, Curtis Reynolds. I bet you a lot of you guys didn't remember that. Well, there you go. You didn't foresee that, rather. We remember it. We all need to remember it. Yeah, Chad Noonan, buy it, brother. Buy it all. Look, guys, I'd like to thank all of you. He just reminded me. Patreon supporter. He just sent me a little card in the mail. All of you guys who help the channel, I appreciate it so much. Patreon supporters, channel members. Some of you send me cards in the mail with nice, uplifting messages and other stuff in there. And I really appreciate that too. All of you who just hang out, you guys are really awesome. And I'm going to start giving a lot more back to the people that are helping to financially support this channel, because maybe I'll be able to take a little bit of time off of work and do that extra Patreon channel members only stream, not on YouTube, so that I can actually touch and show guns. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, we're going to keep trying to have as much fun as we can on here. Zach Carr with the super chat. Thanks a lot, man. Toxic Patch Co. And I'm going to show you guys something. He's getting ready for work. All right. You just have to listen to the stream later at work. Just dropping by while I get ready for work. Well, I have a teaser for you guys. Toxic Patch Co. right here. Dude, he literally sent, well, he mailed it to me because he doesn't have all your addresses, but he sent essentially a lot of you guys some pretty darn cool stuff. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit of this, and Patreon supporters, channel members, stay tuned because I'm wanting to hook you guys up. So thanks, Zach. Toxic Patch Co. Awesome dude, man. I started to say Patriot because I'm looking at him, how patriotic he looks, standing in front of that American flag. Toxic Patch Co. But here's what I like about him. He's going to work, you know. Well, he's also doing this, trying to get a patch company going to help spread the word for small channels like this and others, and just a huge, huge Second Amendment guy. So that's nice. If you guys notice, all these different like people and small companies I hang out with, like Black Swan Tactical, who's handling my merch now, these guys are cool for a reason, because I don't just like to hang out with anybody, and I go through and we're just trying to get aligned with the best possible people we can. And that includes all of you guys. Randy Adams just became a channel member. Well, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. Stay tuned, guys, members and Patreon supporters. It's a community post in YouTube, and then if you're on Patreon over there, it's going to be a Patreon post. I'm going to be sharing some links soon. I'm just trying to get an account worked out on another place where I can actually touch guns and do what I want to during my streams. Thanks a lot, Phil Ellis, super chat and a channel member. He says, I'm buying guns and parts, especially Taurus. That's what I'm going to recommend. He says, more than 30 and 10 round magazines. Yep. But I'm still hopeful. Remember, not 1 inch. I'm hopeful too. We always have to have hope. If you have hope, what do you have, right? Look, Band Talk, great channel. He says locals. I'm thinking about locals. I think people have to pay to watch locals. I don't know. Look, guys, I don't want to put stuff behind a paywall, but it seems like, look, you can join my Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Channel member, $3 a month. It's tough, but some of these places that actually have like really good content providers that don't censor whatsoever, I'm trying to ride the fine line, okay, where I can go on a decent platform, but I don't want you guys all just have to keep like paying and paying and paying. It's, I'm trying my best, but these big tech platforms like this, they're a tough go. I have tons and tons of fun on here, and I do much of what I want on here, and I wouldn't trade this crowd and all of you guys for the world, but we still can't do everything we want on YouTube. So I'm going to try to get a little side gig going on there, or whatever you want to call it, sideshow, for people that are really into the stuff and want to get a little more content. Matt Morrison, he helps the channel by sending me a retainer for the M90. Now, Zastava sent one the next day, but I'll be honest with you guys, it's kind of crap. It's one of those that just hooks into the 2 pins and then it rests underneath the selector and it just jiggles around. That's not the type I like. Matt sent me one, so thanks a lot, man. That actually has the 2 little prongs that hook into the hammer and trigger pin, and then the hole that comes up and the selector goes through it. So I'm using the one you gave me, Matt, and thanks a lot, man. I hope I'm getting the message out there and bringing people into the fold, because if I can just get us together and I can just say a couple things that you guys find interesting, or I don't want to say profound, but something that you kind of nod your head at and say, heck yeah, man. And then all of you go tell one more person. Well, one person can turn into a couple hundred messages. That's what we need to do. And I'm going to keep reminding you guys, and I'll do it again right now. Go out there and make sure that you're spreading the good word to all your friends. There's many ways. See, here's the thing. I don't know how to reach all your friends, but you guys do. You know how to talk to your friends and family members. So start talking to them. Have some good conversations, and you're going to have a good time too. Like, hey, let's go out to the range, and while we're shooting, talk about what we're going to do with this proposed and, in my opinion, inevitable rulemaking change for frames and receivers. America the Free, thanks for another super chat, man, and for being a channel member. He says, so what is the best AK? Well, the best AK is a tough conversation. There's a lot of really, really good ones. I'll say this. If someone's like, I'm buying my first AK, I don't know a lot about it. What should I get? I usually just say buy a Wasser. Wasser 10, Wasser, whatever you want to call it. They're pretty much tried and true. I've owned 3 of them for a very, very long time. And I'll just tell you guys what I do, and then you can make up your own mind. I have one in my bedroom, ready to go. I also have one in my shop because I'm here a lot, ready to go. And then I have a third one, which was a contractor one that Atlantic sold just for a brief period of time. And I didn't know it at the time because I only spent like $100 more for it than a regular Wasser, but it became very, very collectible because it's one of the only war used. Like, it was actually used in the Iraqi war, brought back here without being molested and cut up and rebuilt, because they actually did use some semi-auto for the contractors over in the Iraq war. So I have 3 Wassers. 2 of them are my life, liberty, and home defense guns, home/shop defense. So that's what I use to protect my family, my shop when I'm up here. That's what I recommend. Is that the very best? I don't know. And not because I couldn't answer you, but it would take 2 hours. So maybe I'll write down a note right now. Okay, the best AK. I'll try my best. That might be a difficult video. Not because there aren't any good ones, but because I like so many. The GD Bacon, what's happening, man? 270, another good hunting round. I think last week, if I'm not mistaken, he was a 243 guy, then a 223 guy, 270, taking many whitetail deer as well. He says, what's up, you filthy hooligans? Happy Friday. Well, happy Friday to you too, Bacon. Nice to see you, man. Mateo with the super sticker. Thanks a lot. And thanks for all you do for the channel, man. And he had to pay to remind you guys to give me a thumbs up. So if you're enjoying the stream, don't forget, if you're on your phone, there's a little X on the chat. Just hit it real quick. Hit that thumbs up. Then you can hit the chat again and come right back in. And Susan and 3 of her friends stopped by to pay their respects to the channel. We call her Susan Wiki Wiki, right? Susan Wiki Wiki and 3 friends stopped by before the stream even started. So if you guys like it, give me a thumbs up. Or if you just want to basically stick the finger back to Susan Wiki Wiki, you can give me a thumbs up just to do that too, right? You guys are talking about the hooligans now. Paul Revere. Yeah, the best AK. That's mind-blowing. You guys want me to do a video where I just pull out like AKs for like 2 hours straight? Because really like AKs quite a bit, and a lot of them are kind of like the best, but they can get really expensive nowadays. You know, I bought them when they were cheap because that's all I could afford, and I got lucky. I did. I bought the Comblock stuff back when everyone made fun of me. Like, why are you buying that SKS, man? Why are you buying the AK? You should get an AR. You should get this, that. And those are great guns too. Obviously, I like ARs, but I'm like, I can't afford those. So I was just buying all this junk that was $100, $200, $300. Heck, I think my first Makarov pistol was $60. And I got made fun of by a lot of people. Like, dude, you're buying crap. Well, now all of a sudden that stuff's worth more. And I guess I got lucky, but that's a whole nother conversation. I always try to, it's a fine line. Like, I don't like to sit there and show tons of AKs that are now worth $3,000 that I bought for $289 because it kind of seems like I'm rubbing it in, and I don't want to do that. I just got lucky, and I was broke, I guess, at the right time. Because if I would have had the money, I probably would have bought an AR for $1,500 that would be worth that or less than that today. But instead, I was buying commie junk that now is highly desirable. They were never junk guns, guys. I'm just saying that's what people used to say back then, back in the 90s. Mr. C, thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it, man. How do we stop the lying, cheating, far left? Well, there's several ways to stop them. And since we're on YouTube, I can't discuss all those ways here, unfortunately. But I think it is good to look at history. It is good to look at the events of 1775. It's good to read the Declaration of Independence for many reasons. The encouragement, kind of the roadmap of what a government should look like and how we should be watching for tyranny, right? Look, there's other ways to stop them. There's many ways to stop them. Like I said, just getting in with the right people, getting encouragement from each other, because you're going to need it. When you go to try to spread the good words, you're going to get beat down. So make sure you're very confident. You're very strong, mentally strong, prepared, and just start kind of spreading the word, talking to people, letting people know what's going on. Maybe we'll be able to vote our way out of it. Maybe we won't, but you're going to need as many people at the ballot box or various other boxes as possible, right? So I think that's what you can do. And you by yourself might not be able to do too much, but if it's you and then like another person, well, that's twice as much as you, right? And then if there's 200 people, well, okay. And then those 200 people talk to someone and they talk to 200 more. That's the encouragement I would offer. And that's what I've been doing. I still go around and beat the streets, and I don't just go to events and talk to people. I actually go through and just talk to regular individual people. Oh, look at this, man. A good friend of the channel. How you doing, Joe Pachetti? He says he's in the hospital with the C word that I'm just not going to say because I'm not in the mood for Susan tonight, and pneumonia. But I wanted to say, hey, everyone. Dude, are you serious, man? Man, I'm definitely going to pray for you as soon as the stream's over. I'll say a quick prayer right now, man. And a more thought-felt one after the stream's over. But keep Joe Pachetti in your prayers, guys. He's been a long-time viewer of the channel. Alabama man, right? And it looks like he's having a hard time right now. Pneumonia is no joke. I wish you well, dude, and make sure you keep us updated. Let us know you're doing okay, because you're going to be okay. Just let us know, when you're starting to recover so we can stop worrying about you, okay? If you guys are the praying type, say a prayer for him right now. But, yeah, man. It sucks. Like I said, a lot of you guys are good guys, and he's a guy I've been seeing coming around this channel for a couple years. Seriously, Joe, let us know when you're doing okay. You're getting better as we speak, I hope, right? You're going to be good. He's going to be good, but we need to pray for him. He needs our help too. So thanks, man. Well, we can't help him directly, but God will step in. The more of us that ask him, he'll listen. At least that's what I believe in. What's happening, Rick Nieper? How you doing, man? DNVO with the super chat. Thanks. 762. Now that could be 762 by 51 or 762 by 54R or 762 by 39. Here's my rusted one. This is just to keep reminding us. Store your ammo properly, guys. That's part of being prepared. See this? Don't let this happen to you. He says, drinking some vodka and cleaning my Z-Pap 92. Cheers. Awesome, man. I've got a PAP 92 right over there. Hypothetically, Susan. There's none here, but I might have one right over there. The old Century import. Nice little 7.62 by 39 pistol. Crink variant, whatever you want to call it. Oh, heck yeah, man. Nice. No problem, Joe. Look at Joe. He's a tough dude. He's got this. You'll be good, man. You'll be good. Just stay in touch with us, dude. Marco Polo with the super chat. Thanks, man. He says, learned a valuable lesson. Secure your magazine springs. Was trying to change from an 11 to a 13 on the GX4. Ouch. No success. This is so important, guys. It's so important. And here's how I know. I've had a close call before. I had one hit me right in the bridge of the nose, and it just scratched the corner of my eyelid. I mean, it was within a millimeter of probably making me go blind. Springs and magazines. Springs in anything. They're under extremely high tension. Who cares if it's a little inconvenience? If you look a little dorky, don't care. Put on glasses when you're compressing any springs always. Now, I bought this 13 round. This has the +2 base plate for the Taurus GX4, right? And it comes pre-assembled. Now, there is a retro kit where you can save a couple bucks. Comes with a new spring and apparently a 2-piece base plate. I have not gone through that process, but Marco and one other viewer have both sent me messages in the last week that said this was impossible for them to do. Marco had the spring blow up in his face. The other person said it broke. I'm kind of afraid to try now. Mine already came pre-assembled, but apparently there's some type of issue with the installation, according to a couple viewers on these GX4 +2. Be very careful. And I think what I'm going to have to do is put my glasses on one of these days and take it apart and put it back together so I can understand what you guys are talking about. I was told a couple of you have notified Taurus of the issue, and we'll see. But so just watch out. I don't know, guys. I've used this 13 round mag that came with it installed already. I have the footage. I'm going to be sharing that video soon. So not a problem necessarily with these if you buy them already assembled, but apparently there's a problem with getting these installed. So yeah, be careful, guys. And if there's an issue with these, I'll try to figure out what it is and definitely let you guys know. So, but if you buy it already pre-assembled like this is good to go in my opinion. I've had nothing but great luck with it. Exactly like this, already put together. You might want to go that route. You might want to wait and find out what's going on before you buy one of these +2 kits. John Stokes just became a channel member. Well, thanks a lot, man. And he's been around supporting the channel for a long time. Thank you. Thank you, man. Pillbox Bunker's in the house. What's happening, Pillbox? How you doing, man? There's Rick Nieper right there. Armament and Axes. How you doing, man? We got Chad Noonan, Safeline. What's up, man? Oh, the blown up casing, guys. Everyone's fine. I'm going to show a picture of that in just a little bit, okay? But I just want to get through. And Ting Ting, what's happening? How you doing? Just looking at all you guys in here. Wow, lots of good comments. A lot of people encouraging, you know. A lot of people praying for the country, praying for our friend Joe. Joe's not doing so good, but we got to be optimistic, right? He'll be all right. I know he will. America the Free with a super chat. 556. All right. Another good caliber. He says, I pray for our country to heal. Well, amen, man. That's definitely, we definitely need that. There's a lot of healing that needs done. So, gun prices themselves, guys, they're on the decline. I just watched my good friend, Marksman TV. Chris has been on this channel before. I'll have him on again soon. We talked about it in a stream on here, what, about a month ago? And he just put out another update on his channel yesterday. But you should probably go watch over the weekend here. A lot of good information. And I recommend his channel, period. Great guy. Great channel. But he's smart. He has a lot of to offer because he's in the industry, right? And he says he sees prices of guns falling pretty soon. So that's awesome. Like literally, if you're buying a gun today, it's cheaper than it was probably a month ago. If you can wait another couple weeks or a month, I see it dropping drastically soon. So here's where I'm at with firearms. Unless it's something that's like, you know, there was only a couple hundred brought in and it's an import. Let's just say the Polish Baril, which I'll show you my community post on that in a minute. If you want one of them, you needed to grab it in the first 3 minutes, okay? Literally. But other than that, if you're just trying to find a mass-produced, I'd wait a little bit. Literally. Maybe not even a long time. Maybe in the next month or two, we're probably going to see firearms as close as they were to pre-plague, pre-whatever. And this is why I'm going to start doing a secondary stream for some people on the side, because you can't even say stuff on here. There's literally a name of a person that if you say their name, you're gone. Poof. Yeah. If you refer to certain words of the plague, poof, gone. It's literally that crazy. Davey85, thanks, man. He said, love the genuine positivity. Well, thank you. And I appreciate your positivity as well. I really do. Thank you. But look, guys, happy duck. See, I'm not lying when I say you guys encourage me. It's kind of a proven fact. If you don't believe me, just read the chat. And I do come back and read the whole chat. So if you're thinking to yourself for 1 second, dude, he missed my chat. He doesn't care about me. I care. It's just there's more of you than me. But I do read them all. Usually the next Saturday, sometimes Sunday. And why do you think I keep getting on here every week? Being like, you guys are awesome. Just keep it up. Keep fighting the good fight. You've now encouraged me to come back again because I do read all of it. So thank you, guys. All of your encouragement does not go unnoticed, at least not by me. So guns themselves, they're coming down in price for the most part. There's some asterisks here and there. I think you guys kind of know what those are, especially if you're into imports, things like that. You know, they come in really briefly. And the Polish Baril, again, that's a very good example of what I'm talking about, that you kind of need to, you just got to get on it. I literally think you had 3 minutes when they became available the other day. And I've wanted one personally for like 10 years, literally. And I finally ordered one the other day. I got a notification they were for sale, 3:01 p.m. I paid for it. I told a friend about it. By 3:03, they were sold out. But one of my friends was able to get one. I tried. I didn't even have time to put up a post and let you guys know. They were gone in 2 minutes. But besides stuff like that, if you can hold off just a little bit longer. Now, if you don't have a gun at all, classic story, you're the single mom, you're by yourself, trouble's imminent, go buy one today. Don't even think about it. Get off this stream. Maybe your local gun shop's still open. But if you kind of already have what you need, just don't quite have what you want, wait a little bit, guys. Gun prices are starting to come down. But that's why what I'm focusing on now, I have a YouTube channel. It's a small channel, but a very, very eager audience where you guys are engaged, and I appreciate that. You guys seriously care about the content I make. I'll be buying guns on a regular basis, and I've been buying them the whole time just because you guys want to know for the channel. But personally, besides that barrel that I've wanted for 10 years, I had to buy it. I literally had money saved up for it since this spring when they announced that they were going to be coming out sometime in the middle of the summer. But other than that, hold off a little bit because there's some other stuff that you might want to be saving up for and prioritizing in the next couple months. And that's what I'm going to get into in 1 second here. Mad Max with the super sticker. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. Let me come over here to this other one and see what it's a sticker of, because on StreamYard, they don't show it to me. I got to pull up the side chat. Wow, look at all this chat. It's catching up here. Jeez, oh, Pete. No wonder I can't keep up with all of it. Mad Max, he says, hey, you, with the super sticker. Thanks, man. I really do appreciate the support. Jeez, look at all these channel members. Randy Adams 03, Band Talk, Mike McClune. We've got Mateo. Jeez, oh, Pete. And that's just the ones I can see right now. I'm going to miss somebody. I'm sorry. Anyways, there's some stuff right now I'm kind of getting ready for. Randy Adams is in Brazil. Nice, nice. I know you guys can get Taurus pistol that we can't get. Oh, I'm jealous. I'm jealous of you guys in Brazil. The TS9, they call it. The guys in Brazil are like, dude, you're going to love the TS9. I'm like, ugh, can't get it. So kudos to you guys in Brazil. You can get a couple guns we cannot get in the United States. And I'm jealous. You got to give the devil its due, guys. Now it's hard for them to buy guns in Brazil. It's a mess. But they do have a couple models that we can't get. John Crump Live. There he is. Thanks for the super chat, man. He said, I got one too. Well, there you go. I told you, one friend. I was able to, in the 2 minutes that they were available, I was able to clack off something to John Crump. He happened to be sitting by his computer, and he got himself a barrel. Awesome, dude. And by the way, if you guys aren't familiar with my merch, let me just show you real quick. This is through Black Swan Tactical, which is John Crump's company. And I've been putting off getting merch for 2 years. You guys have asked me to, whatever. I'm not getting rich on the merch. I'm mainly doing it for you guys, and it definitely helps the channel. Well, I was just kind of waiting for the right situation, and teamed up with John Crump because he's a good guy, and I appreciate what he's doing. So anything you buy from Black Swan Tactical helps out this channel, helps out my efforts, and is also helping out all of the good investigative journalism that Crump does with AmmoLand and his fight with the GOA. He's the state director of Virginia, doesn't even take a salary from him. So that's why I feel great that, you guys can help support the channel while we're simultaneously supporting somebody who's fighting pretty darn hard. So yeah, here's a 2A EDU logo shirt, which is pretty cool. There's a couple hats, not this exact one, but very similar. I got to get one of my hats here soon. Coffee mug. There's some of the FFOA patches, which that's called Future Felons of America with a brace. That was Mateo's idea. And that's just kind of some satire to poke at the ATF. And it's also just to raise awareness and let 10 to 40 million people know you could be deemed a felon soon, instantly. A lot of people take a lot of pride, and I see this all the time, all over the place. They say, I'm a law-abiding gun owner. Okay, well, if that's something that you enjoy, well, guess what? First of all, the Second Amendment doesn't even say the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed for the law-abiding. It doesn't say that, but at the same time, 10 to 40 million quote-unquote law-abiding gun owners could become felons overnight, and we need to raise awareness of that too. Big time, don't we? Now, a few people have said that John Crump owns part of Amazon. So if you go on to Black Swan Tactical and you buy any of my merch or Flying Rich's merch or Gorillas and Guns, a lot of smaller YouTubers on there hanging out, that you're supporting Amazon. Well, guess what? John says he actually does own Amazon, but I don't think I believe him, because if he did, do you really think he'd be fooling around with selling 2 AE to you merch if he was Jeff Bezos, second in command? I don't know, but I did get a big laugh out of that. But for all of you that hate Amazon like crazy and everything they're all about, but still order from them anywhere between 2 to 5 times a day, maybe just because you have to, maybe you don't hate them at all, you can support the channel through there too. My Amazon link is also down in the description. I just don't want to offend all the people that do love Amazon. But now a lot of us shop there, even though we hate them. So lesser of two evils, you can take a few pennies from each sale out of Jeff Bezos' pocket and put it back into the channel. So, hey, it's a way you can fight back and hedge your bets when you're sick and tired of spending your money on Amazon, but you have to. But if you go to Black Swan Tactical, you're not supporting Amazon. Sorry, Crump. I just gave up your cover. He's not a billionaire, guys. He's only worth a couple $100 million. He only owns a quarter of Amazon, not half of it. Oh, I just lost a sub. Okay, he owns 26%. Will you come back? Oh, they'll be back. They always come back anyways, trust me. The Reptile Guys with a super chat and a channel member. Thanks, man. He says, I feel a little guilty. I can see what's coming, and I'm the type of person, if things head on, if I can set it off, I would, just so we could get it over. Look, the Founding Fathers literally talked about the unanimous declaration of the 13 United States of America. They talked about that stuff, didn't they? Now, do we want the course of events that happened, started around 1775? Do we really want that to happen? Probably not. But some people do think it sounds rather refreshing. In fact, there was a recent poll done, and the United States is now at the bottom limits, but we're starting to enter the categorical consensus that the patriots, that the colonists had around 1775. There's almost as many people in the United States right now that want either a revolution or a peaceful separation, or dare I say, civil war. It's called many things. But a recent survey just disclosed that, if you guys want me to talk more about this, I'll find the survey. I just don't keep notes. But for these streams, the colonists were a little higher than we are right now, but we're just getting into that category where there's almost as many percentage of the population today that want what the colonists and founding fathers wanted in the 1770s. That's kind of crazy. For some people, that's great news. For some people, that's the worst news ever. But no matter where you are on the spectrum, it's definitely something to think about, isn't it? For sure. Armament Axes with the super chat. Thanks, man. He's giving Crumpy a shout out there. Heck yeah, man. Nice to see you here. I've seen you around a lot of the channels for a long time. I know you've helped out a lot of channels. Smash Time, what's happening, man? I had a lot of fun hanging out with Smash Time the other day. If you guys are bored this weekend and didn't see it, I think it'd be a good watch to go back over on his channel. We had a great time hanging out with a lot of you guys in the chat. A lot of you said, hold on, we'd like you to do more streams per week. I'm going to, guys, but it's going to be occasionally, maybe hanging out like I did on Hank Strange's stream a little while ago. Smash Time stream. Maybe I'll pop over to like a John Crump stream. But the main thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start a secondary stream for the Patreon and channel members, just because I need to give something back to you guys where I can kind of go off of all the draconian rules that I'm on here. Heck, they probably already demonetized this stream. Let me go over and look. Last week, just so you guys know, I don't like to complain. It's just I'm telling you why. I'm trying to come up with a plan B. Yep. Last week, limited, restricted. Let's see here. In the last week, you guys' generous super chats, that went into the channel. They don't pay out. They're like a month behind, but that will come to me. That will be put into the channel. All the super chats from last week. Would you guys be surprised that I had 3,991 views on that stream last week? And since they restricted it midstream, I made literally to the penny, I'm looking at it right now, 40 cents exactly off of 3,991 views. So that's what they do. And that means it's restricted. Now, if it wouldn't have been restricted, it might have had 8,000 views. I don't care what my stats are, but it sure would have been nice if twice the people could have got that message. You know what I'm saying? Because it's true. Like, literally, you have to look twice. It's like, yeah, they restricted it. 40 cents I would tell you I made nothing on it. No, I made literally 40 cents. And that's not even bring home because that's $10.99. Ugh. Dr. Warren with the super chat and a channel member. Thanks a lot, man. He said, I'll take Revolution 2.0 for the win. Like I said, when polled recently, the America at large, this is everybody, is about at the same. Now, keep in mind, only about 3%. So I'm not saying the majority of the people are ready for a change. No, they say it was only about 3%. You ever hear that phrase, 3%ers? That's where it comes from. About 3% of the people consider themselves patriots and were ready for a revolution in the 1770s. Yeah. 97% either just didn't care or they were what they called Tories and their allegiances were still with the crown and with the redcoats. 3%. Now, some people have come back since then and said 3% was actually wrong, and it was less than 3%. So, yeah, they say that we're getting pretty close. We're right on the bottom levels of where people were thinking in the 1770s right now. And I understand why. I mean, let's just be obvious, guys. You know, look, if they've been slowly chipping away for a long time, at certain points, they've rapidly accelerated it. There were rapid accelerations in 1934 with the National Firearms Act. All these are unconstitutional, by the way, period. The 1968 GCA, the 1986 Firearms Owners Protection Act, but with the Poison Hill Hughes Amendment that banned any prospective machine guns from May of 86 onward from being put on the registry that was already illegal and unconstitutional to begin with. We had an AWB in this country from 94 to 04 that still stands true for some states, unfortunately. And bless all of you in those states for trying to keep up the good fight. I know it takes a lot to be strong in some of these 50 states, but you guys are trying and you guys are fighting, and you need to keep fighting harder than ever before, trust me. But yeah, but then even in the meantime, they just keep chipping. Now in the last year, we're getting threatened to get nuked. ATF reproposing this, proposed rulemaking that. Oh yeah, it's crazy. You went to bed a year and a half ago, and then you woke up the next day and you're like, what happened? Where's my country? Where's my life? Where's anything that even halfway looks like normalcy, right? It kind of seemed like it happened overnight, but the last year and a half kind of seems like 100 years, doesn't it? And I'm having a hard time describing it, but I think a lot of you guys just get exactly what I'm talking about, don't you? Jane Locke, what's happening? I'm ready. Let's get it on. I mean, good talk going on in here, guys, and I understand. What's happening, Jane Locke? How you doing? Gizmo Rob TV with the super chat. Thanks, man. He says, hey, 2A, thanks for the heads up on Patreon while things are in stock. Waiting for Century to get in many Dracos back from Cougar. Hope it helps. Yeah, I know. See, that's why I said I'm going to find another place to do some streams on the side, because you know how bad, like when that guy earlier is like PAP M92, I wanted just to grab one and hold it up, and I used to do that on here, but I can't. Draco, I mean, I'm an AK guy, guys. Yeah, I always try to let you guys know. That's why I said it's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. There's so many ways you guys support the channel, and I'm glad it's a diversity of ways, because if everything's in one bucket, someone pokes a hole in it, it's all done. So it's nice, but there's certain things I can put on Patreon that I can't on YouTube. For the channel members, me putting up stuff, it's more convenient because it's in your feed. I don't know. I'm doing the best I can. But I'm hell-bent to start giving a lot more back to you guys. I really am. America the Free, another super chat. Thanks, man. And he says, remember the 3%. God bless America. Dude, I didn't even read that till just now. I guess great minds think alike. America the Free being the great mind, and I must have just been subliminally copying off of him, because I seriously did not see that until after I actually said it. Crazy. You guys are being generous again, which means there's going to be more guns on this channel soon. Susan Wiki. She doesn't like it, but hey, well, whatever. She can demonetize, but if you guys are helping out, I guess there's not a whole lot she can really do. What do you guys think? Any of you guys single out there? If you are, it might be tempting, but I don't know. I don't think it'd be worth it. Mr. C with a super chat. Thanks for another one, man. He says, why can you buy a box of ammo in some states for $15 a box and $100 for a box in others? Is this capitalism or communism? That's a good question, and we're going to talk about ammo too in a minute. So I've already told you guys, Look, if it's a common in-stock gun, hold off. I think prices are coming down. There's other stuff you need to be concerned with, and ammo. We're going to try to hold off a little longer on that too. Look, here's the problem. The 10th Amendment, okay? Let me read you the 10th Amendment, because this is important. States' rights are very important. It says, the power is not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states, are reserved to the states respectively or to the people. So states should have a lot of power. In fact, the states and the people should have about 99.9%, and the federal government should have very little. But I don't believe that the states have right to enact gun control, because these are the things that are strictly prohibited in the Bill of Rights. Okay? So states should be able to have a vast deference on how they pass laws, blah, blah, blah. They should be able to actually almost do whatever they want, if you want my opinion, with the exception that there's things that are very, very specifically enumerated. Okay? And, well, here's the 9th Amendment. So to answer your question, no, it's BS. It's BS. I don't think they should be able to do gun control by fiat, because technically machine guns haven't been banned. You just have to be rich to have one, because there's a finite amount that were grandfathered in before 86, and there's a $200 tax stamp. So they don't really ban anything. They just make it where you have to be richer and richer to pay for it. And that's wrong. So yes, I'm a firm believer in states' rights, but there's certain things that no government can tread on whatsoever, because government is only supposed to be there to stand up for your God-given natural rights. That's why it's there. And when it becomes contrary to that, the Declaration literally says it's your right and it's your duty to abolish. Well, that's what the Declaration says. Not me, Susan. I'm not calling for that. That's what the Declaration of Independence says, doesn't it? And states have rights. To me, they have vast rights, much more than the federal government, but not the right to be despots and not the right to infringe on your natural rights, which the 9th Amendment says, look, it's not just these things that were written down. No, it's actually much more than that. Like I said, in the Declaration, let me go back to that. Unalienable rights. And among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, meaning among. It includes many, many more. And that's what the 9th Amendment says. The enumeration in the Constitution of certain rights shall not be construed to deny or disparage others retained by the people. And the 10th Amendment clearly states most of the power is supposed to be inherent in the states, but furthermore, the vast majority of it is supposed to be inherent in the people. I don't know if that answered your question, but if it didn't, I guess it provided for a little rant at the very least. Smash Time 556. Thanks for the super chat, man, and God bless you too. I appreciate you, man. You're fighting the good fight out there in Texas, and you introduced me to a lot of good people. You know what I'm saying? A lot of good people over on your stream, and look, this is back where, like I keep saying, we just all need each other. You people need each other, and I definitely need you, and I know Smash Time needs you. If it wasn't for your encouragement, he'd have no reason to do these videos. At least not that I know of. I don't want to speak for him, but if none of you guys were getting anything out of the videos he does, I couldn't see him wanting to do a video ever again, but he does, because, again, we need each other. I don't know if this one's been demonetized or not. I'm just telling you guys the honest truth. Last week, it was demonetized right after the stream started, within minutes, and there was 40 cents of revenue from ads. The rest was all from you guys. But since you guys donated like a couple hundred times more than what the ad revenue was, the show goes on and we still have content. America the Free with another super chat. Thanks, man. I really appreciate you. He says YouTube sucks. FEMA is in Vegas to go door to door to push poison. Can you say genocide? I don't know what to say anymore. I'll tell you what. I just went out there. Check this out, guys. It says your neighbor reward. So I went and bought a bunch of stuff from Tractor Supply. I'll tell you guys what this is right here. It's good until the 18th. So I got to get this in the next 2 days. You've earned a reward. I probably spent thousands and I got $10. You know what this is going to be? They're $1.99. Those metal no trespassing signs. They're going up. Tink, 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 tink. Honey, we're remodeling our house. We're going to remodel the house and the whole yard with red and orange signs. Hey, do what you want. I'm not a lawyer. Do that. Do a lot more. Do a lot less. But I'm going to spend my $10 neighborhood perks reward on 5 no trespassing signs. And my house is like really small. So like I said, honey, I'm upgrading the house. I'm putting new siding on it. It's all going to be orange and black. And I don't know. We'll mix it up a little bit. I don't know if she's watching or not. She wasn't feeling too good tonight. If you are watching, let me know that you're still alive out there. I'm talking about my wife. She wasn't feeling too good tonight. So if you're watching, I love you, and I hope you're feeling better. Don't worry. She doesn't have the whatever, the plague, none of that. She's just not feeling very good. I think I'll put a big "Don't Tread on Me" sign above it. So we'll go yellow and then the orange and black. No trespassing, no trespassing. I don't know. Some of your state laws may vary, but I think in most states anyways, you put that up there, they're trespassing. I know in Michigan, you have to verbally tell them and post it. So the second they're on the property, it's like, can't you read? Get out. Get out. I don't know. Nope, I'm not waking up saying, where's my wife? I'm saying, like, is she in the chat? Where's my wife? No, not like that. Come on, I'm not a Clinton. Are you kidding me? Oh, now I'm going to die. Whew. Not a Clinton. Defensively, Susan. Clinton defensively. Oh, these people. You got to laugh at them sometimes. I mean, it's okay to be mad, but you just, you know what I'm saying? You just got to laugh. Susan Wiki, she's called. America the Free. Thanks, dude. He says, I would like an AR style 7.62 by 39. Interesting. Now, I'm more of an AK guy, but I get it. Or there's a hybrid, right? PSA made one. CMMG, maybe others. I have a PSA. Uh-oh, he's the real traitor. Sick him, boys. All the AR guys. America the Free. No, don't sick him. He's an awesome guy. I'm just joking, guys. You just realize you got all the AR guys mad and all the AK guys mad. But trust me, I'm going to put the heat back on myself because I just got, well, technically two. I got the one for the channel and the one for me personally, but I'm still going to show it. I'm a generous like that. I'm going to show you guys that pull is for real. So here's the thing, America the Free. The only thing worse than pissing off all of the AR and AK guys than getting a 7.62 by 39 AR is what I did, and I just got two 5.56 AKs. So you're going to be all right. The heat's off you. Jeez, oh, Pete, wait. You guys don't have to throw eggs at me while I'm on the stream. Jeez. I get two 5.56 AKs. See, you're all right. You're all right, America the Free. They're after me now. The only thing you can do, I'm serious, to get people more mad than a 7.62 by 39 AK is to get, or AR, is to get a 5.56 AK. But it's okay. At the expense of sounding like the former vice president, I wrote the bill, and I have many 7.62 by 39s. Shubananomata, not in the pressure. Okay. No more farmer vice president for now. I'll wait at least 5 more minutes. I'm going to go from talking about my 5.56 AKs to former vice president. Oh, the former vice president just left the chat. My viewers went down 1 view, but he'll be back. It'll be back up here in about 2 minutes, trust me. He's like, I'm boycotting the stream. 5 minutes later. No, it was Dale Konya that left. Well, good night, Dale. Headed to bed. We'll listen until I pass out. Good night. See, I thought the former vice president left. Instead, it was my buddy Dale, who's a Michigan guy. And supposedly, if I meet up with him, because I'm like so busy chasing my own tail with all this rain, something about a Canic that he's going to let me borrow for the channel. We need to meet up soon, Dale. We definitely do. What's up, Pillbox Bunker? I got some no trespassing signs. Right on, dude. I know you do. Did I even need to ask? Of course he does. The Reptile guys with a super chat. Thanks a lot, man. He said, you should look into rules and regulations of Livestream Rumble. And what are your thoughts about 18-year-olds finally getting some rights back? I'm trying to figure out Rumble. It seems to work for everybody else but me. And heck yeah, that's awesome. 18 to 21. Of course they have the right to keep and bear arms. I mean, they can sign away on the dotted line and fight and die for their country overseas. Of course they should be able to defend themselves here in the United States. Can you imagine that? They have a sidearm, right? Overseas. Then they come home on leave and they can't? I don't think so. Yeah, it's been raining like crazy. 10townmobile.com. Been raining crazy today. Heck yeah, man. Okay, guys. Someone's going to come in here on the rewatch, and I'm sorry, anyone watching this the next day. I'm just trying to have a good time. You guys have a good time. I need to have a good time too. Someone's going to say it's an hour in, and he hasn't even said what's his plan. Okay. I'm waiting a little bit for most mainstream guns to come down. So that's the light at the end of the tunnel. Ammo. Probably not until sometime around the beginning of next year, if I had to guess. Now, it's on the downward trend as we speak. But I think it was Mr. C that said in some places 100 a box, in some places 15. So your results are going to vary. But that kind of sort of to a point, hold off a little longer. Ammo's a little different though, because you can have all the guns you want. But if they don't have any ammo, you'd probably be better off with a baseball bat, quite frankly, like literally, if you're just going to use it as a club. Or now, if you're a combat guy, Mosin, the Nagant, SKS, even the AK, well, then you've got the bayonet, and that actually kind of re-ups it again. So for all of you that made fun of me back in the 90s, I don't think it was any of you guys. But if there's one of you in here who knew me in the 90s and made fun of me, hey, that spike bayonet on that Chinese SKS. But other than that, you got to have the ammo. So maybe keep a little status quo going with the ammo, but I think we're going to see it continue to keep coming down in price. Now, what do I mean by come down in price? If you're waiting for it to come down to where this is like $9 a box like it was before, and somebody said earlier, it might have been Kathleen Music Lover, they had problems with this. I have no doubt to what she's reporting. I've not had problems with this. There's certain things here and there that you guys say, hey, is the trigger on the GX4 messed up? Mine's not. The couple that literally had 5, 10, 20,000 rounds shot through them, I don't know how many, but like many, many thousands. At the IV88 event, no problems. Mine's had no problems. Same thing as this. I've had no problems with this ammo. If I do, you'll be the first to know. It's not going to come down to 9 again, guys. But I did see it for 22 today. Let's give her a few more weeks, another month, maybe 20. Maybe sometime in the next, let's just say 6 months-ish, maybe 15, maybe 14, 13, $8.99. I don't think so. I just see too much inflation of everything right now. I really do. Oh, and speaking of which, here's who you should have been listening to. Don't listen to me, the experts here. No, I was just talking about you when the stream started, Marksman. I'm blabbering on for like an hour. Well, I'm here to have a good time, guys, and try to help you the best I can. He had a much more concise, 18-minute video giving his perspective. And you should watch the Marksman TV video later on this weekend. It's not good enough to leave the stream right now, guys. It's the second best thing to watch. Besides this, I'm messing with you. I'm hoping Marksman's over there laughing right now. No, he has a better channel than I do by far. I'm just saying right now, this stream's better. So go watch it after it's over. He says it does not matter what your local prices are. The national market is trending down, and the national market is available to everyone through the internet. Almost everyone. Yes, sir. You're absolutely right. Some things can't be shipped to some states, but hey, it's coming down. And Marksman TV would know. And what I liked about his video is he actually went through and cited like some trends. He was showing like lists of like his dealer pricing, availability. He even showed where he's lost money recently buying guns because he gave them a quote just a few short weeks ago, right? And the prices dropped so much in the meantime, he already overpaid. If I were you, and Marksman's going to hate me saying this, look, if you guys are in Indiana, it's a great place. You should definitely go there. And you should definitely patronize his shop. But in general, if you're in Newport, Michigan, you should go check out Supermatch G&A. We got to still support our local businesses. But other than that, so if you're not buying from Supermatch or Marksman, those are my boys. If you can hold out a little bit on the guns, it's going to come down in price, guys. That's your light at the end of the tunnel there. Because you actually need to probably be buying all this other stuff. And that's where I'm going to transition into the next thing I was talking about. And when I say you probably should, do what you want to do. Like, literally do what you want to do. I'll tell you what I'm doing. The ammo, I'm trying just to hold off. I don't want to buy really much ammo yet. No, I bought ammo all through the shortage just so I could experience it with the misery through you all and give with you all, and give you updates on this is what it's like ordering from Federal and from SIG, and here's how long it took. They got my order wrong the one time, so I understood, But man, I've been I'm trying to hold off on the ammo. Besides for the channel, or like that Baril that's like a once-in-a-lifetime chance, I'm holding off. But here's what I am starting to focus on. This new redefinition of frames and receivers. Now, that includes many things that you've probably taken for granted. And the fact that there's no way we could have won the American Revolution without home-built firearms, because remember, they were legal before the country started. They started to come after confiscation of their cannon, their ammo, their firearms. That's what truly kicked off the Revolutionary War. Don't forget that. Look, you've always been able to make your own. You always will be able to, but maybe not legally or as easily. There's more hurdles getting proposed. Let's just put it that way. Not a lawyer. It's perfectly legal to do everything I'm talking about right now. And I have to say this, Susan Wiki, not a lawyer, follow all state and federal laws. However, I'm thinking stuff that's what you call components, like slides, barrels. They call it P80, many things like that. That's the stuff that I'm actually kind of, I don't want to say going crazy on, but trying to get a little more going. Now, a lot of you guys took advantage of that 20% off Taurus Independence Day deal they had, and you bought Toro slides, right? Well, I did a whole video, what is about a month ago, showing you guys all the barrels. Heck, I think I have one right over here. Hold on. Stuff like this. I don't know. I'm not going to take it for granted. This is the stuff that I'm looking at right now, because they'll need to be marked certain ways, serialized certain ways through FFLs. It's going to make, again, I can't think of a better word for it. It might not be totally illegal, but there's going to be many, many hurdles. And you might wish later on that you had a few that were pre-ban, unregistered, unnumbered, whatever wording you want to use. I believe, again, not a lawyer, read it for yourself, there'll be some type of grandfather clause in this proposed ruling. So that's what I'm doing. I'm kind of laying low. So I'm going to kind of start doing a little series on things that I think you should be getting ready for right now. And there's another opportunity. We didn't have much notice last time. I got on there in that panic stripping stream, right? And I said, guys, ammo's going up right now. You have about 1 week. Get it while you can. Some of you did. Some of you didn't. Some of you didn't know who I was then. A lot of you still don't know who I am, but that's okay. Some of you, it's your first stream watching me, and welcome. I hope you guys have a good time. And if not, just read the chat, and I guarantee you'll have a good time. We didn't have much time. Well, here's the thing. I think you're going to be able to get guns cheap coming up here. So if you think there's that gun you want, start saving up for it. Get it, because it's going to, I think we're going to see a rapid decline, and they may be the cheapest they've been in a while. And then inevitably they'll go back up again, because this always waxes and wanes and goes back and forth. The only problem is every time it comes back down, it's never quite as low as it was before. But I digress. I think the stuff that's really could possibly be more volatile. Again, I'm not telling you guys what to do. You're all very smart people, and you know your budget. Make sure your bills are paid. Look, by all means, make sure your kids are fed. I mean, let's all use common sense. But you guys know that. You're thinking, come on, man. Of course I'll feed my kids first. But hey, just state the obvious, right? Okay, here's a G19 threaded barrel. Look, this could become totally FFL item, registered, okay, serialized, registration. It always has led to confiscation, and many of you believe it will. We're possibly near the end of the golden age of this stuff, really. If the rule doesn't go through, and I hope it doesn't, you guys need to fight like hell to make sure it doesn't go through. But I'm going to hedge my bets, because if it doesn't go through, cool. I love this stuff anyways. I'm not going to complain because I have an extra slide or two, or an extra barrel or two, but I'm sure going to be mad if I had none and I got caught with my pants down, you know? So that's what I'm kind of leaning towards. 10townmobile.com with the super chat. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. He says, boating on the highways here in Michigan. Yes, sir. Oh, man, you should have seen. My mom took pictures earlier today because I've been out all day at work, and I'm still here at the shop. My parents are my neighbors, so she's showing me in her backyard and in my backyard. It's like, wow. Lake, like ripples. It's bad. It is, and some of the freeways are shut down here in Michigan. You could literally boat on it easier than you could ride on it in a car. Yeah. Some of you guys in Michigan know what I'm talking about. Now, Marksman's kind of filling you guys in. He knows what he's talking about. I'm kind of branching off, touching on a topic Marksman didn't talk about, But Marksman TV, he's one of my sources that I've been following very closely. See, John Crump's a source for a lot of my stuff. Excellent source. Marksman is for other stuff. Have you guys figured out this yet? I'm not like a very particularly smart guy at all. The only thing I'm good at is finding like the best people and just kind of watching what they say and helping pass it on to you guys. So there you go. You busted me. No, Marksman knows what's going on, and I do believe he's right. Most, not the Beryl. Marksman never told you the beryllium, the Polish WZ96 Beryl is going to drop in price, but your regular order stuff, maybe hold off on buying that extra Glock or a finished firearm or even like Taurus firearm, whatever, and maybe go get one of them Taurus slides, maybe a couple barrels, maybe a Glock 19 barrel slide, Glock 26, whatever your flavor is, right? 27, I don't want to forget the 40 guys. Yeah, boating on the highways of Michigan, 10tonmobile.com says. Oh, man. But yeah, that's what I mean, look, I can never predict the future for sure, but I've been around for a little while, and I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'm going to tell you what I'm doing. I'm kind of trying to get a little bit of a stockpile of a few barrels, slides, stuff like that. They call them P80, right? Susan Wiki. She likes the P80, doesn't she? No, actually, she completely hates it. That does actually look like her. Susan, I'm hoping one of you naive guys that's single will take her off my hands. She doesn't have a chance, but take her off my hands, one of you guys. Take one for the team, they used to say back in the day, right? What do you guys think? Are you guys thinking about the same stuff? Look, that's ultimate liberty to be able to build your own. Same thing with people that make ammo. You call it roll your own, right? And I'll show a picture of that ammo thing. It's not bad like you guys think, trust me. Jeff W with the super chat. Thank you. I appreciate it. Look at that nice deer. Wow, that's a nice buck, man. He says, yes, you were all in to making gun news, ours. Yeah, I am. You're all into making gun news, ours. No, I'm just trying to pass it on, man, you know? And I do a lot of my own investigative stuff, too. I do a lot of stuff behind the scenes. I guess I was just trying to tell you guys I'm lucky to know some people that are pretty smart, too. That's cool. That's cool. A lot of you guys really enjoy Marksman TV's channel. That's awesome. I do, too. I understand why you guys do. Zillion with the super chat. Thank you. Says, so glad to finally catch you live. Love the replays. Really appreciate your efforts. You're a true patriot. Your neighbor in Northeast Ohio. Well, I'm glad you got to catch us, man. And my daughter was born in Toledo, Ohio. So there you go. I don't particularly care for Toledo, Ohio. It's kind of a rivalry. There was the whole war between Michigan and Ohio. Look it up, guys. It's an interesting story. But it's a very, very special place because my daughter was born there. In what they call Northeastern Ohio. Maybe not quite as far east as what you're talking about, but yeah. Heck yeah. Uh-oh, Space Texan. If I can take Susan, can I have one of your AKs? Ooh, don't tempt me. Don't tempt me with a good time. I love AKs, but maybe. Oh, speaking of which. By the way, all the Patreon supporters, channel members, Mrs. 2AE to you. I got the email of all the receipts. Until we go broke or until she gets them all out, I saw like 25 shipping labels. I know it's been like a month, but all of that swag that I promised you guys, stickers, things like that, it's all getting shipped out like literally as we speak. I saw her put like 25 of them through there just today. So this is a place called Toxic Patch Company. You'll see him sometimes on here, Zach Carr. Not a sponsor of the channel. He's not paying me. I mean, he's left super chats just as a regular viewer of the channel. But he just basically was like, dude, here, I want to send you some of my work. And I think it's pretty cool. Let me know in the chat if you guys want me to show you a little bit of this stuff. Like, he literally makes patches. He's a patriot. This is not like some huge company. This is like something that's like right in my wheelhouse, right? Where it's like a person that's got the fighter attitude that thinks a lot like us and is just out there fighting just like the rest of us, fighting to survive with his business and fighting to fight the good fight. But yeah, he sent me some pretty cool stuff that I hadn't really seen before. And I like a lot of this stuff. And I thought, well, if I like it, maybe a lot of you will. So if you guys want to see some of this, I'll show it to you in just a couple minutes. And then channel supporters, stay tuned. because it'll all be yours in a short period of time. Mrs. 2AEDU will have all the stuff sent to you guys literally here within the week. Like, I'm not joking. There was like my whole front page of my inbox was filled up with shipping labels. So, Mike McClune with a super chat. Thanks, man. He says, well, all I can say is I will not take one for the team. Don't worry about it, man. You'll be good. You'll be good. Space Texan's got your back. Space Texan, you know, a little more adventurous maybe than most of us. So it's all good. Do some of you guys like patches? But here's what I'm going to say, guys, because someone's going to be mad. And I never do this on purpose. I really don't. Like, an hour in, he still hasn't finished. Look, I'm just here. I'm just being me, okay? Trying to have a good time. But yeah, that's what I'm focusing on. This new rule proposal, okay? Signatures, letters, all these are going on. We need to fight like crazy to make sure these further infringements don't go through. But what if they do? Don't for 1 minute mistake what I'm saying here. I don't want them to go through. I'm wanting to stop them as much as any of you. But if you just want, I don't want to lie to you guys. I want to offer encouragement, but not at the expense of lying to you. I think it's going to go through. And if I'm wrong, I will come on here and say, I thought it was going to go through and it didn't. And today's the happiest day I've had in a long time because I was wrong. This is something I'll be very happy if I'm wrong on. I think it's going to go through. I'm hedging my bets with all this little stuff like jigs. They call them kits. They call them P80s. They call them slides, frames, barrels. Don't forget about barrels, bolts. Okay. Here's for all you AR guys. I love you too. Bolts, BCG, this is called. Look, this has always been just cash and carry back and forth between neighbor, friend, online. Oh, they're proposing that this is all about to change. Trying to hedge my bets a little bit. Oh, I would like to have 100 gram where I could just buy like a crate of each. And of course we all want that, but probably none of us can. And if you can out there, good for you. Okay. But I'm glad, I'll be sure as heck glad that I have this one G19 barrel than zero if these new rules go through. You know? Lima, Ohio, Ford Engine Plant. Yeah, man, I'm more in the Motor City area, you'd call it. I'm not in Detroit. I'm within an hour away. I'm in southeastern Michigan, so very close to northern eastern Ohio. But I'm not from Ohio. But my daughter, she's a tough girl. She's really tough, really pretty too, really smart. What I like about her the most is how nice she is. And she's perfectly normal now, guys, but she was born so small. She had to have extra care. And the hospital down there had the best NICU, they said, like in the whole country, probably in the whole world. And we were fortunate that we were only about a 30-minute drive from there. She was so small. There's a picture of her when she was born. My baby girl. She's 9 now. She's perfect, guys. Nothing wrong with her. She's healthier than anybody I know. But at first, it was tough. It was tough. Will she make it? I don't know. They said, will mom make it? I don't know. They both could have died right then. And it was tough, okay? But so I have a lot of appreciation for that hospital and that very little special little place in Toledo, Ohio. And I think there was a lot of help from above, too, on that, if you know what I'm saying. See this wedding band? I don't have a large finger. I mean, you know, I think it's like a size 10, 10 and a half. I can't remember. It's been a while. I've only been married once, and that's all I'm ever going to be. So 10, 10 and a half. There's a picture of her, a little baby girl, where this is all the way over her whole arm, all the way up to her shoulder. Now, just to put this into perspective, her whole arm, all the way up, you know, fit through this ring in Toledo, Ohio. So there you guys go. But no, I'm not from there. I was born in Michigan, lived there my whole life. My daughter was born there, but been a Michigan resident ever since. Now, she had to stay there a couple months in the hospital, but after that, yeah. Mr. C with another super chat. Thank you. Says, will guns and parts be sold on the black market soon? Well, they have been for a long time, but most definitely. I mean, it's like that whole saying, right? When guns are outlawed, then only outlaws will have guns. If any of this stuff is outlawed, then by sheer definition, only outlaws will have them, right? So the answer is yes. Has been before. Still is. Possibly. More often than ever later. I don't know. EV3DL, 15 people are in need of an optometrist. They hit the wrong thumb button. Jeez, 15. Wow. We call that the fan club. I don't mean all of you that like the channel. I don't have fans. The ones that hit that, that's the fan club, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't discourage me, though, at all. That's the crazy part. They say keep banging their head on it. If we give him a thumbs down, he'll stop. I'm like, huh? I don't even really look at it, to be honest. But it doesn't really work. It doesn't do anything whatsoever. Oh, people get mad for everything, but they can get over it. That's their problem. They'd say, you're the most polarizing guy on GunTube, people have told me. I get this comment a lot. They're like, came for the guns, love for the politics, and they'll put it in all caps. They'll bold it. How dare you? How dare you talk about the founding documents? They'll say, just leave it alone. And then they'll say, we want guns without the politics, which is fine. There's a channel with like way over 1 million subs, and in their tagline it says, guns with no politics. And obviously I'm the stupid one because there's a couple million people that actually believe you can have guns with no politics. But I don't believe that. And we're not the ones that made them political. And they shouldn't be political. And nowhere when it says that you're endowed by your creator with certain unalienable rights. It doesn't say if you're a Democrat or Republican or part of the Whig Party or Moose Party. It doesn't say that at all. And the Second Amendment doesn't say shall not be infringed except for Democrats or Republicans. No, guns shouldn't be political. These are inherent natural rights that are way above the pay grade of any politician, both in 1775, 76, 1788 when they wrote the Constitution, and 1791 when they wrote the Bill of Rights. It was above their pay grade then. That's why they said the right, meaning it already pre-existed. Not only this form of government, but all forms of government. And they didn't make it political, and I certainly don't want to make it political either. And I basically don't even hardly talk about politics on here, actually. So there you go. But some people say, you're too political. Well, I guess that's their problem. They want the guns with no politics. And they want to vote for the sleepy, very sleepy, and creepy former vice president. Yeah. And then they say, well, why are my gun prices up? Why is this? Why it's that? It reminds me of that poem that the president used to say. Remember when the snake bites her? I don't remember the poem, but at the end it says, you silly woman, you knew that I was a snake before you brought me in. What the heck did you think was going to happen, people? It's like, what the heck? Give me all the thumbs downs you want. People come in there, I'm a proud supporter of Joe Biden, and I just want more and more gun videos. No, I can't show you half the guns right now because of this former vice president, and because of what you voted for, there'll be none left to show if you get your way. And somehow that's making it political? Not me anyways. It must be them. Or maybe it's people want me to apologize for being passionate in something, but I'm not going to apologize for being myself. Now, if I do something wrong to someone, I'll be the first to apologize, and I never intend to be mean to anybody. But I'm not going to apologize for trying to stand up for the Declaration of Independence, because everybody, no matter what political party they are, no matter what race they are, this goes over everything superficial that anyone's ever even had in their little minds. That everybody, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their creator with certain unalienable rights, that amongst these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And if you have that, that's literally all you're ever going to need. I'm not going to apologize for that to anybody. And they could give me 15,000 thumbs down. I'm still not going to apologize. Because to me, again, I'm going to be on the right side of this. And I think these are beautiful things. And I want to support beautiful things, regardless if everybody wants to reject it. 97% of the people rejected those patriots around the times of 1775, 1776. So don't forget that, guys. A lot of you are going to get bullied by people constantly. I think you should actually either just laugh at it, ignore it, or just say, you know what? Remember when the president of Mexico said, I'm not going to pay for the wall, and then Trump came in and said it just got 10 foot higher. Now, look, I'm not trying to stick up for him. He did gun control too. But I'll tell you what, I like that fighting spirit, and all of us need to individually have that, because no president's going to save you or your rights. No senator is. No representative it is. That's all on you, actually. And really, it shouldn't be political whatsoever. But people make it that way. And I'll just say this. You cannot even talk about guns without politics. because the other side, whatever you want to call that, has made it the most politicized thing there is. And I would include a lot of Republicans and pretty much almost all Democrats, unfortunately. America the Free, thanks for the super chat, man. He said, I really like the AK-47 design and build. I really, really love them. Please stop the hate, people. I thought I took all the heat off of America the Free. I said, I got, guys, come on. I just got 2 5.56 AKs. Well, I don't have them both yet. I have one, and then I ordered the other one. But that one's been on my list for literally 10 years. So that wasn't like an impulse buy. You guys are probably like, 2 AEDUs going nuts. He bought 2 5.56 AKs in the same week. Well, maybe that's nuts, but no, it was actually just like timing. The M90, so many people have been asking about it. I got that for the channel with help from all of you, and I hope you enjoy the content. And then the Beryl. See, it used to be called the Polish Archer that was brought in by IO Inc. They only brought in a few of them years ago. They sold out. No more came in. They were going for $4,000 to $5,000. And I said, if they would please. Then there was like 5 or 6 false alarms where they're like, all right, they're going to do another import. And then it never happened. So this has literally been like, if they'll ever bring in a Polish Beryl again, I'm buying it. It finally came to fruition. There was a small release of them earlier this spring. I got in after like 3 minutes and they were gone. This time I got lucky enough. I was there 1 minute from within they released them. And I guess I just got lucky and finally sniped one. So yeah, the one was on the list for literally 10 years. The other one I bought because people have been asking about it. So it ends up where there should be no heat on America the Free anymore because I have 2 5.56 AKs. So yeah. Wait, what are we talking about? I'm not sure. What are you guys talking about? What I'm talking about is on the public record. You guys can listen to it. Alden Davis with a super chat. Thanks a lot, man, and a channel member. He says, Godspeed, my friend. Well, thank you. I think some of you guys wanted to see some of the patches. These are pretty cool. And like I said, channel supporters, stay tuned for a post soon. These are all mostly vinyl. Some of them are sewn. This says send memes. See right there? I think that's pretty cool. A lot of them have like the donut theme, and this is kind of unique. I kind of like it. Check this out with the sprinkles. This is a guy, he goes by Zach Carr with his account on here, but this is the Toxic Patch Company. So check that out. Nice vinyl. All right, for all you AK guys, look at that. There's several of them here. It's this variety pack. What do you think? I think it's actually pretty cool. Like, look, I'm going to give almost all of these away. Probably this pink one right here. I'm probably going to pull that out and give it to my daughter. I'm not going to lie. I think she'll like that. But yeah, look at them. Just because it's pink and she has a pink cricket rifle. There we go. Yeet. On God. That's what that says. I'm looking at it in reverse. If I'm reading it wrong, it's because it's backwards. What do you guys think about the sprinkles? I think they're kind of cool. AK with sprinkles. Ron Wayne says, thanks for being a supporter, Ron Wayne. B Noise 3 says sprinkles are for winners. I agree. Zelian with the super chat. Thank you. He says, I just bought a Rock Island VRPA 40 mag-fed pump action 12 gauge from Dunham's for $298 after coupons. Nice. Do you have any opinion on these? It seems really solid. Haven't shot it yet. I have not shot that one too, but I can tell you this. I've had about 30 viewers request I do a video on it because they love it so much. So that should be some pretty good news. So I've heard really good things. I do not have it though. But I do have a couple other mag-fed shotguns that I'm going to be showing you guys soon. So I've heard good things. I don't have personal experience with it, though. But, yeah, that's a good price. That's a good price, man. And sometimes, you know, the time to buy a gun might be right now, okay? If you got it on sale coupon. But I'm more concerned with the parts, right? Dominic Cook with a super chat. Thank you. So what would you say to someone who's done with the bipartisan rhetoric? I'm ready for the Green Party, to be honest. Look, I don't know about the Green Party exactly. That might be a lesser of two evils. I don't know what to tell you what the answer is, but what would I say to someone who's done with the bipartisan rhetoric? Probably that rant I just went on 5 minutes ago. I'm sick of all of it. The Second Amendment, the First Amendment, the 10th, the 9th, 4th, 5th, all of them. All of these beautiful finding documents, these aren't supposed to have partisanship attached to them. So I tried to make it perfectly obvious a minute ago. I'm sick of all of it, dude. If you're sick of it, I'm probably sick of it just as much, if not more than you are. Absolutely. It sucks. It does. Definitely does. Now I'm going to call out this former vice president. That's not me being partisan. It's just calling him out for what he is. I mean, he literally threatened to nuke us. He's trying to weaponize much of the government to make us scared and to overregulate and put hurdles on things. That's a terrible thing to do. And I called out the former president on things too, especially bump stocks and other things. So, yeah, I'm done with all the rhetoric too, man. I'm sick of it. I'm just saying, I don't even think I'm that political on here. I don't talk about actual politics that much, in my opinion. I'm just more like, don't tread on me. If you're a Democrat, if you're a Republican, look, here's what it comes down to. They present us with a coin, and they say, look, guys, so this is the government talking right now. I'm going to flip this coin, right? Heads, I win. Tails, you lose. Now, you could put names on these. You could say this is a Republican and this is a Democrat, but at the end of the day, either they win if it lands the one way or you lose if it's the other. And I feel that's how politics work. I'll give you an example of partisanship. The Democrats come in. This is on the federal level, and they'll say, we want to ban 100 guns. And the Republicans will stop, hold on. Don't ban 100, ban 0. And then they come back and they're like, all right, we're going to ban 50 guns and the filibuster. And then they're like, hold on, stop. Don't do the filibuster, blah, blah. And then Mitch gets in the back room and whoever, and they're like, all right, we'll let you take 5 as long as you let us have all of our press releases screaming and kicking about those. So then they take 5. And then the second they take 5, the Democrats come back a week later and say, all right, now we want 200 more. And the Republicans, again, the Republicans act as a speed bump. But you never see the Republicans, maybe 1 or 2, but you don't see them as a party coalescing and saying, no more infringements, not 1 inch. Now we're going to repeal the NFA, repeal the GCA, make an established system where people can actually, get rehabilitated of their rights, restoration of rights. There's different terms for it. Look, you always have your rights. I'm just using air quotes. There's statutes that they've defunded for years where people can't even go back and petition a judge for restoration of rights. And I hate that terminology. I'm just trying to use the legalese that they use. But yeah, I don't know if that answered your question or not. I don't know if we agree at all. We might vehemently disagree on everything, but I think I made it pretty clear, at least I tried to, that I'm sick of all their crap. All right, let's look at a couple more patches here. That's pretty cool. The old pineapple. He has like this sprinkles and frosting theme that I think is pretty cool. Dominic Cook, LOL, I just tuned in. That's what my first question was about. All right, cool, man. He says, but I'm a constitutional patriot. Yeah. No more, no less. Repeal NFA and GCA, and probably do just before you pull in. I was going right through. I'm like, the NFA, the GCA, the Hughes Amendment of 86, the AWB from 94 to 04, all of this ATF rules, promulgations, it's all unconstitutional, man. It is. And yeah, I'm going to call out this former vice president, but that's not me like acting as a Republican or whatever. I'm just trying to stand up for myself a little bit when he threatened me with F-15s and nukes. Okay? This is a pretty cool one. I'm going to give these to you guys, by the way. When I start doing these little streams I'm talking about, that's when we can just have a lot of fun, guys. I like this. This is pretty cool. I really like this sticker. This is all from the Toxic Patch Co. Not paying me to say any of this, I promise. Just literally, he hangs out in the chat, and he's like, dude, you have a bunch of cool viewers, So he sent me all this stuff. But check this out. This one I really, really like. Nods. He's got an AR. But yeah, Jesus is ready to go right here. Look at that. I think that's pretty cool. Now, I know all of you guys aren't Christians, but even if you're not, I think you can appreciate this. I think it's a nice... Is it focusing in on there? I hope it is. Sometimes with the sheen of like a, this is on kind of like a glossier paper. But yeah, what do you guys think of that? I thought that was pretty cool. This is a sticker he threw in the mix. There's another one. I think that says 601. Here's another different colored pineapple. Oh boy, this is funny. This is satire. Stay woke. Go woke, go broke, right? Get woke, go broke. This is for all the woke out there. I don't think there's any woke left in here. The woke already gave me their thumbs downs and left. But here's the crazy part. They come back. They come in. This is how this will work. On a Tuesday, they come in. Love your channel, brother. You're awesome, man. Thanks so much for sharing the information on that shotgun. I'm like, all right, cool, man. I'm nice to him because I'm trying to be nice to everybody. Friday, came for the guns, left for the politics. You suck. Monday, I recognize the same name. Dude, thanks for the review, brother. Blah, blah, blah. Then next Friday, rinse, repeat. It's like, I don't know. I don't know what happens. People are crazy. They hate me. They try to make me cry. They try to make me just like get so intimidated and lose so much confidence that I shut my whole channel down. And then they're still back in there commenting and very appreciative of the next videos. And they always tell me that. Man, I really appreciate this video. Oh, well, thank you. And good thing I didn't listen to you last Friday when you tried to make me cry and crawl into a hole and cancel my channel. But no problem. The videos, I do these videos even for people I don't like too. There's another one. What do you guys think? Like I said, there's a very special little girl that's probably going to get the pink one. Okay, I reneged. I said I'm going to give all these to you guys. I lied. I did lie. And I told you earlier, I'll apologize when I'm wrong. It was wrong to lie. There's one pink one that's going to my daughter because she has a pink gun. But the rest of it, that is going to be a special thanks to all of you guys. And you guys can thank Toxic Patch Co. I mean, this is like a lot of money's worth of patches, guys. A lot. Oh, this is pretty cool. So there's his logo right there. For those of you just joining, not paying me to do this whatsoever. I'm just excited about this stuff and wanting to share. This is cool. I like this. This is more of the classic embroidered style patches, which everyone's gone to vinyl nowadays, and I like vinyl, but I like a nice embroidered patch too. Look at that. It says Free AF. And this is family-friendly channel. But yeah, that's cool. I know you're listening out there, Zach, so yeah, thank you. I'll thank you on behalf of all the viewers who are going to be happy to get this stuff and put it on their little patch walls. You can go on Amazon or any other place if you hate Amazon. But if you use Amazon, use the 2AE to U link. And then we can talk about stuff that Amazon hates. It kind of counters it. But you can buy like these patch panels. I like the one it folds into 3 sections, Velcros. Then you can fold it out and it's got hooks to hang on your wall. I think I'll add that to my Amazon store later just so you can see it. My Amazon storefront, that's just stuff I kind of put out there that you guys might like. You're not buying any of it from me. But even if you don't buy stuff that's on there, you just click on my link. Anything you buy, no matter what it is, a small percentage comes back to the channel. I think he's already gone, but my buddy Dale that was in here, he bought like this multi-$1,000 car diagnostics computer, and Amazon actually kicked me back like $41 for it. I think he spent like $4,000, but still, I mean, literally, it's something that simple. Dale was buying something anyways. He did, and that basically paid for this 13-round GX4 mag that was bought with my own money, or you could say from Dale just being nice enough to use my link. Now it's in videos. I'm talking about it. I've already recorded me shooting with it. And apparently, I'm going to have to take this apart and blow my face off to let you guys know the issue. Or not. I don't know. Some people said there was an issue with these. I'm not 100% sure. All right. So I'm going to be doing a little series of videos coming up talking about some stuff, like some barrels, some slides, which is going to include the Taurus Toro slide. It's also going to include some of those barrels from Taurus. Probably some Glock barrels. maybe some AR stuff here and there. Again, this is stuff that I'm kind of trying to get a little nest egg of based on proposed rule regulations that I hope don't go through, but I think are gonna, and I hope I'm wrong. I think they're gonna. What's happening, Linda? How you doing tonight? She's saying hi to Ting Ting. Those women like to stick together, don't they? That's good, though. That's good. What's happening, Michigan Watch? How you doing, man? Seven Wonders. What's up, dude? I thought I saw. Yeah, there it is. It almost skipped past me. Seven Wonders with the super chat. Thank you. 777. That's a good number, actually. He says, if you aren't happy with your political party, check out the Constitution Party. I'm registered and dedicated. In close races. Yep. He says, gotta be conservative. Vote conservative. Gotta vote conservative. So, hey, there's something to check out. Like I said, guys, look. Shouldn't be about politics, but guns have been politicized, but not by me. I don't want them to be. To me, there's all kinds of stuff that liberals and conservatives can argue about, but some of these, there's strong prohibitions on such. People can argue amongst themselves all they want, but it kind of says what it says, doesn't it? Now, some people will say I'm an idiot for thinking that, but whatever. In my simple little mind, it literally says what it says, and there's not much interpretation on shall not be infringed, is there? Here's another one. There we go. That one fell out of the bag. Let me know in the crowd what flag that is, guys. Take a good look at it. No, Seven Wonders. I hear you, man. Look. Came for the guns, left for the politics. I don't know what to tell people because I could probably actually make a lot of money on YouTube if I just reviewed guns. I'd have a lot more subscribers. Actually, this is the kind of stuff they like to demonetize the most. But I don't want to do that because there's a couple reasons why I started this channel. And to get rich was not on the list at all. But actually to sit there and fight for our natural rights was number one. And then the guns, of course, are very important tools. And also people that just enjoy collecting, sporting. Look, you have the right to do all that too. That's what it means to be free, right? So, yeah, there's several reasons why I started this channel. But actually, like, speaking out against some of this stuff, trying to offer encouragement, that's actually one of the main reasons I did start the channel. So here's one way to look at it. People that are like, we only want gun reviews. Well, I guess you're lucky I'm giving you gun reviews at all because stuff like this is actually really why I'm here. But luckily for people that love gun videos, I also happen to love that too. Does that make sense? And I definitely come in here and do stuff you guys want to do. Are you kidding me? I've probably bought 20 guns in the last year for the channel just by request alone. I've gotten lucky and happen to love some of them, but so I do a lot, but I have to have a little bit of fun too. You know, this takes a lot of time and it's not what I do for a living. So some people understand that, some people don't. Walter P80, what's happening? He says, 2A, your kind disposition is great. Love your neighbors and be dangerous. Well, thank you. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, some of the most loving, nice people I know are also some of the most dangerous people. And that's good. That's a good thing. Yeah. Now, there's all kinds of craziness going on, guys, right now. I mean, like, obviously, I agree with you. You'll be told you're the crazy one. Maybe you are. Maybe someone out there is, but probably not. Probably not. You're probably just a normal one. John Doe with the super chat, thank you. Will the ATF stop us buying parts online, slides, barrels, etc.? What's going on? Maybe not necessarily, but kind of, yeah. If they start determining, which there's a new rule proposed, that the slide is now the firearm, has to be serialized. You might be able to order it online, just like you can a gun, but you have to ship it to the FFL. Registered. Now, there's another proposed thing where if you were to already have it on there, it's grandfathered for you, but if you were to transfer it or even take it to a place to get it Cerakoted, it leaves your possession, comes back, it would have to be serialized before they could send it back. So, yeah. Look, there's a whole proposal, and maybe a lot of people have forgotten about it. I assumed, and let me know, guys, if I'm wrong, because I will check all this out, okay? Even if it's later. Chuck R, are you out of here, man? Well, thanks for supporting the channel, and thanks for hanging out, dude. I can't believe I almost missed you. I'm going to say this one more time. If I miss somebody, trust me, it's not because I meant to. There's just more of you than me. And I consider Chuck R one of the best friends of the channel, like big time. And I almost just missed him before he left. So trust me, if I almost forgot to say hi to Chuck R, don't take it personal, guys. Literally don't. What's happening, JJ Rainey? How you doing? Anyways, look, they want to now redefine what a firearm is. Instead of it being what we know as the receiver, they want frames. Not just frames, but bolts, barrels, slides, many other things. So it's not going to necessarily make it illegal, but it's going to add a lot more hurdles to things. In some states, it might out and out make it illegal. We don't know. Some of this will be found out later in the court systems throughout the many states, and hopefully in the courts just to shut it all down. And by the way, I hope it doesn't go through, but I think it will. Therefore, I'm kind of hedging my bets. And if you guys don't even know anything about this proposed rule, well, we're in big trouble, because how can we fight if nobody even knows what's happening? If I need to get like John Crump or someone come on here, maybe we need to do a whole video about this. So let me know right now, guys, in the chat. I won't be able to read them all now, but I will read it tomorrow. Do me by myself or John Crump would come to mind, someone like that? Do we need to get on here and have a whole little education stream on this proposed reclassification, serialization, FFL, registration, all these different things that go down the same linear thought process? Do we need to talk about it? Because if you guys don't know, that's an issue. We all need to kind of know what's going on right now. The brace thing, I've talked about maybe a little more. It's hard for me to keep up. That's why I need you guys, and you guys need each other. We can't do it alone. It's just we're getting... So yeah, let me know down in the chat, guys. I will definitely go through and take a little consensus. Maybe it's Crump wants to talk about it. Maybe Marksman TV wants to talk about it. I mean, just let me know, guys. I'll do what I can. Ronnie Thompson, what's happening, man? I like the channel just like it is. Well, I'm glad you do, and I hope some of you guys do, because I'm just being myself. If I had to act like some kind of character on here, I don't think I'd do a good job. So if you guys ever just start hating me, I'm probably done, because I don't think I'd be able to act. I really don't. I just decided I'm going to get on here and be myself. And if there's, I don't know, 5 or 10 guys that wants to sit and talk, then that'd be awesome, you know? 5 times more than me sitting by myself. I don't know how there's a couple hundred people that like to sit and talk and hang out, but if you do, that's awesome. But if I need to change for you all, I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I'm probably not very good at that. And this is by no means saying I'm perfect. I just literally don't think I know how to act. Zelian with a super chat. Thanks again, man. He says conversation is the most important thing. Yeah, that's why I'm trying to start these conversations, because, yeah, it's very, very important. Look, they're attacking the First Amendment like crazy, especially the Fourth and Fifth, like crazy, crazy right now. And then the old Second, I believe the Second was there. Not if, but when they decided to ignore all the rest. And I think that's why the Founding Fathers wrote it down. I'm pretty darn sure. What do you guys think? The Reptile guys with a super chat. Thanks, man. And a channel member. I will say this mug keeps it a little colder. It's gotten warm now, but it was cold up until just a few minutes ago. The Reptile guys, what's up, man? He says, I hope everybody here has tried to comment on the braces. I hope my comment wasn't too extreme, but we really need to let them know it's not happening. Well, there's that going on. And then for the first time I can remember in my life, concurrently, there's the thing with the redefinition and serialization of firearms, frames, receivers, slides, barrels, all this kind of stuff, right? It's all going on at once. I hope you guys know about what's going on with frames and receivers. And if you don't, let me know. I'll do my best. I'll bring someone smarter than me on here and, to help. That's what I mean by I'll do my best to try to fill you all in, Ooh. Hey, Dubs, what's happening, man? How you doing? Look, it's a massive, okay, A-Dubs. Again, thank you, guys. There's always someone bailing me out. I go on this 10-minute rant. I should have just read A-Dubs. The proposed rule, A-Dub says, is a massive licensing scheme that makes the government the gatekeeper to the Second. There you go. Now, it's kind of this simple. No serial, no scheme. Serial, paperwork, bound book, phone call, next, scheme. Scheme, no scheme. Thanks, A-Dubs. I appreciate it, man. We're going to go over to my community tab in 1 second before I get off here. What's up, KMI Building? I haven't seen you in a while. Glad to see you. Now, maybe you're in here every week and I just haven't seen you, but awesome, dude. James Stacy, what's happening, man? Moose Man. Ooh, that's a vicious looking snake. Remember that poem? You knew I was a snake before you brought me in. People are like, I'm more pro Second Amendment than you are, 2AEDU. Oh, I just dropped the patch, guys. Hold on. It's still good. I just got a little dust on the wrapper, so you guys will get this too, one of you. You knew I was a snake before you brought me in. It's like, well, duh, they'll come in there. 2AEDU. You had me? You had me at the Taurus G3C video. Great video, brother, and I love you to death. And I'm like, well, thank you. But I hate you with a passion, and I want you to close this channel down right now. I'm like, interesting. Do tell. Came for the guns, left for the politics. Proud Biden supporter, tried and true. Rough. Biden, the one guy literally, he goes, quotes, rough. Biden ain't coming for your guns. I'm like, oh, really? Well, guess what? He promised you. If you elect me, I'm coming for your guns. I did a whole video on this, guys, a while back. Look for it. YouTube has it restricted, so you'll probably have to manually find it. It got 66,000 views in 24 hours, and it's gotten 200 views in the 8 months since. But I digress. When they restrict, it's not about the money. They restrict. Like, no one finds it unless they search for it. He said, I'm going to take your guns. And now guess what? He's weaponizing the ATF, and they're going through trying to take away or put very big hurdles in between. So I don't know. I'm not going to tell people how to vote. You can do whatever the heck you want, but don't sit there and get all buck with me because you begged somebody to come take your guns and now you're ticked that they are. I mean, I don't know. Don't be surprised when that snake bites you because that's like what it does. And don't be mad at it. Be mad at yourself, I guess. But again, I'm not going to tell you guys who to vote for. B3 Outdoors. What's happening, man? 280 is a great teacher of liberty and common sense. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Ron Wayne, thanks for supporting the channel, man. He said, you being you is why I'm here. Well, thank you. And I'm not fishing for compliments, guys, but I do take them seriously, and I do appreciate them. I really do. Harry Grumley says, do not change, sir. Like, I'm far from perfect. I'm just telling you guys I don't know how to act. That's all I'm telling you. Not like I'm so good I would never need to change. I'm literally just saying, like, I don't think you're going to see me in Hollywood anytime soon. Jane Lock. What's happening, Jane Lock? They're paralyzed from the neck up. I don't know, but you guys know the sentiment. It just gets annoying. I'm not saying, like, who you vote for, who you don't. I don't care. But don't come in here and complain because someone's doing exactly what you begged them to do. There's some things I'd like to say, but I'd rather not because it's a family-friendly channel. And Randy Smith, he says, I think you need to address and speak to Congress. You would get them straightened out. You know, I do actually go to the Capitol in Michigan. Some people here have been there with me before. I don't go as much as I'd like to. I should probably be there every day, but I can't because I have a family to feed. And I'd rather hang out with you guys than politicians, duh. But I go to Lansing whenever I can, and I talk to them. Encourage all of you to do the same thing. Sam, I love all calibers. Well, right on, man. Lots of good ammo out there for sure. So I'm going to go through here and review some different products. I'm really excited. A company called JSD Supply sent me some Glock stuff, some receivers, barrels, parts kits. And those are going to be interesting to review because it's going to be in the vein of being self-sufficient, proposed rulemaking. Look, nothing's changed now. I hope it doesn't, but I think it's gonna. Hope it doesn't, though, but I think it's gonna. And I'm real excited to review some of the JSD stuff because, yeah, the stuff itself, like these are tools of the trade. These are things that you might want, things you might need. But this is a guy that's like a true fighter for the Second Amendment, too. He had to fight the FUDs in Pennsylvania, the people hosting the gun shows. He put up a fight there. We're getting ready to have the fight of our lives when it comes to these home-built firearms. That's what they're called. That GG phrase they use that I don't even want to repeat tonight, that GHOS, you know what I'm saying? No, that's just hyperbolic. That's hyperbole. That's actually the Democrats fear-mongering. I haven't noticed any of us fear-mongering at all, but they fear-monger all the time. And when I say the Democrats, I don't mean like, look, if you vote Democrat, look, that's on you. I don't care. The Democrats, though, I mean, look what they're doing right now in Congress. They are. Republicans suck, too, okay? Anyways, there's going to be a huge fight right now against the Democrat administration. Let's just call it that way. And JSD, I know a few things that I'm not going to share publicly, but there's going to be a huge fight right now. JSD has been fighting a lot behind the scenes, currently is, and will continue to do so. So I like people that are fighters. I really do. And there's like a million companies out there, like literally, that I could get with, blah, blah, blah. No, JSD is a good one. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them or not, but I'm going to be reviewing some of their stuff very soon. Haven't been home from work yet today, like always, but my wife sent me some pictures. He sent some cool stuff you guys are going to like. And again, I like to support companies that fight. Nothing he's paying me to do. I'm just telling you, I like to support companies that fight. Alden Davis, when all else fails, I break out my 10 millimeter. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. We're going to go over real quick here. I'm going to share my screen. And some of you may have saw the event. My friend Catherine Henry, okay? She's has a court date this next week. She's going to trial. She's been the guest on my stream here before. I've done videos with her. I've been on her channel. She's a fighter. Constitutional attorney, Catherine Henry. Now, I know you hear attorney and you cringe. No, she's a fighter. She's not like most lawyers, and she probably hates lawyers more than you do. Let me go over here and share this real quick. Any of you that are Michigan, now I'm going to ask all of you to help her, because if you can't come to Michigan to go here, she's asking for prayers, and that's what she's going to need. She's going to need the strength. So let me go over here and share the screen here. All right, I think you guys are seeing this. Let me come back over and check. Yeah, there we go. So the last post I did, so this is going to be Catherine's Election Day trial, date and time. Look, she was basically, it's called the Restore Freedom Movement, to try to put a constitutional amendment into Michigan's constitution to get rid of all this crap. It's a whole thing. Go to her website, Restore Freedom KH. You can see all of it. You can see the stuff she has done. There's laws in Michigan and in most places where you can only distribute political things or try to encourage people to sign petitions 100 foot away from the door of a polling location. Anyways, people were out there distributing this. Perfectly lawful. Freedom of speech. This is perfectly acceptable. People have been canvassing, campaigning for things like this forever. I mean, we do have the right for initiative and referendum, don't we? Of course we do. That's in the founding documents. So she was trying to go ahead of the politicians, go over their heads, and put in an initiative. It was called the Restore Freedom Initiative. Well, some of her people, volunteers, none of these people get paid. That she's a lot like the 2A EDU channel. Doing all this fight she is. It's her most expensive hobby. I digress. Police were threatening to arrest some people that were further than 100 foot away from the door. So she goes there to clear it up. Being the attorney, brought all the laws with her to show the cops. They ended up arresting her and allegedly physically abusing her in the process. And then charging her with a crime. And here's her court date here. Her trial, July 21st, 2021 at 9 a.m. in the Allegan County 57th District Courthouse. There's the address. Show up to support Catherine at her trial. She's been fighting for you. Will you fight from her? And a lot of you just can't make it there due to physical logistics. And that's why I put in there, prayer is power too. So some of you that are new to the channel might not know what I'm talking about, but she's been fighting the good fight, not only for people here in Michigan, but really kind of for everybody, because if they can come and take away your rights here in Michigan, now they can't take away your rights, but put infringements up, barriers that take away your free exercise of rights. I want to be careful because the wording does matter. Take away your freedom to exercise these rights that are inherent to you. They can do it in Michigan. They can more easily do it in your state too, right? So there you go. Yeah, FUDs in PA. Yeah, dude. JSD Jordan fought some FUDs off big time. Some FUDs that were wanting to infringe and restrict on a lot of the goods he sells, which do tend to fall into the 8-0 category and the parts and all that stuff. But so if any of you guys can show up to this court date, that would mean a lot for moral support. Just like I told you guys, seeing you all in the chat gives me moral support. Sometimes just being with each other helps. You know, she's the attorney. She's going to be there. Trial, okay? She's on trial. The people that arrested her aren't in trouble. She is. And she was well outside Go watch her recent video. I put at Catherine Henry. That's a clickable link. You guys can watch that over the weekend if you'd like. Now, let's scroll down here for a second. I put this up. Okay, so here's the Baril, right? BlackSwanTactical.com. Shout out to them for sure. If you guys are interested in any of this kind of stuff, I think it's pretty cool. So the Baril, right? This is just something I've been wanting forever. I told you guys about that, but I'll share it with you guys. When I say I'm buying it for myself, yeah, this has been on my bucket list for a decade or more, but I'm going to share it with you guys too. So this is a 5.56 Polish. Now this one here, this is actually just an interesting, actually kind of artwork picture, to be honest with you guys. And it might not be exactly what you think it is. Although I didn't lie in the title. I said an issue at the range, right? And a lot of you guys are like, what the heck happened? Well, it was an issue, but nothing as catastrophic as some of you guys thought. So everybody's okay. It was just kind of put up there as like things that make you go, kind of thing. Like you look at it and you're like, that's interesting. What happened? I'll tell you what it's not. The case did not blow out. The jacket did not stay attached to the case, and the lead left the bullet. That actually didn't happen at all. What I mean by an issue is so this is a 38 mid-length, okay? This is a 38 that's cut down, and in this case has a Hornady XTP bullet in it. Now, this is a self-defense type bullet. It was shot into water jugs, right? Okay? And it had complete and utter jacket separation. Now, this actually isn't my round here. This is a round that my friend Mateo, the moderator you see right here, he shot it doing some testing on his loading. And I was actually on the phone with him when he did it. He's like, plug your ears. Poof, I heard him shoot it. And he's like, whoa, I can't find the bullet. And then he's finally like, I found the jacket. He recovered the jacket. And somehow that jacket 100% separated away from the lead part of the projectile. This was on a Hornady XTP. From what he was telling me with his velocity specs, the velocity was in line where it should have retained itself. So he was fooling around, and he took the casing, grabbed the projectile, and just balanced it on the top. And if you look really close, you can kind of see that little void on the front where there's kind of a hollow spot. So no, it's not a ruptured cartridge, guys. The jacket, the copper jacket, did not stay attached to the case, and the lead left. But when all of it left the case, and it did, and it left the barrel, and everything's totally fine. This was of the Taurus Model 85. And the lead complete jacket and lead separation. Those of you that are ammo geeks probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Those that don't, maybe someone in the chat can try to explain better than me. But if you have like a bonded jacket, which these are not, but bonded jackets, this is where you go through. And it's good to test self-defense ammo. It's good to know what it does. Because, in my opinion, if you ask me, I'd like to see the jacket stay attached to the rest of the projectile, the lead, when it does its full expanding. By them separating, you're kind of losing some of the weight. So, you guys can let me know. But I consider that to be an issue at the range when you have complete jacket separation. It's basically like a little artwork picture, though. He set the jacket just on top of there, balance it on there. There's a little bit of red in the light. Some people thought there was blood on the vise. There's not. Everything's totally fine. I just thought it was kind of an interesting little picture. So there you guys go. I put it up for fun, not like a joke, like to roast you guys, but just kind of like, haha, people are going to get a kick out of this. Okay. And then some of you guys actually got really worried. I'm like, okay, I better clarify. So yes, that's just an issue of showing you where the jacket separated from the lead. Not really happy about it. Mateo's not exactly happy about it, but he was doing some testing. Again, what he called me, and I don't know if this is the official name. Look, this is all, if you guys know how to reload, you do. If you don't, there's books, there's whole other topics about it that you're not going to learn here. I'm not a reloading channel, but he calls it like a 38 special mid-length, right? But that was a Hornady XTP pull, complete separation. And I think he said he chronoed it at like 950 foot per second. So he wasn't even blasting it out of there like at some crazy rate. And the bullet failed, to be honest with you. Bastard762, how's it going, man? He said, you don't lose rights. The cops just instill so much fear, people won't exercise their rights. You know what? And I definitely said you don't lose your rights. I made that very clear. But the second half of your sentence, yeah, that's just another way to word what I said. And I appreciate your insight. That's probably a more concise way. I basically said they put up hurdles and they restrict people's freedom to exercise those rights. But yeah, you don't lose rights. We both agree on that. And that's another perspective there. There's so much fear that people won't exercise them. Yeah. Again, there's many, many hurdles, including fear. But administrations and regimes have been using fear for a long time, haven't they? KMI Building, what's up? He says, 2AE to you. Love your streams and always try to make it to the end. Usually finish watching Saturday morning. You are the teacher, and thank you for sharing your knowledge and wisdom with us all. Well, thanks, man. I don't think I deserve all those kind words, but yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. One other thing too, a few of you guys ordered these and we do not have many of them. I do have another shirt here I wanted to show you, and this is not available on Black Swan. This is something that one of the fellow viewers, MaxShot62, came up with and has helped us get going. So if anyone's interested in this, you can email us. And I don't know if my moderator, Linda's in there. Are you there, Linda, to put the link to that email address? It's called 2aeduperks@gmail.com. That's the same place you guys email if you're a channel member or a patron and you haven't got any stickers or swag yet. Email us there. We'll get your channel member name, whatever, and make sure you get stuff too. But if you're interested in ordering one of these, okay, you don't have to be a member or patron to order these. Just email and say you're interested in a shirt, and you can talk to Linda about that. But it says 2AEDU, we the people. We physically have these, not Black Swan. This is before I basically got with him. And these shirts are kind of special, and I don't know if we'll have these again. So you'll see Lami's there on the right sleeve. And there's an American flag on the left sleeve. So these are pretty cool. I know a couple of you guys ordered these, and I just dropped it on the ground. But that's all right. It's only about 95 degrees in here today. But yeah, we have a few of these in a few different sizes, and there you go. If you like the We the People. And I'm not trying to peddle these. I'm just going to make a couple bucks. Like I said, it all goes back in the channel anyways. I won't personally make anything. The channel will make a couple bucks, but you guys asked for shirts forever. We got these going. We have some of these physically. And then other ones like this and the FFOA shirts, those are more of a print-on-demand service where you order them through Black Swan. Links in the description of this and all my videos. And then they'll just get shipped right to your house. This is more of kind of like on the Good Buddy network where you'll mail us to the P.O. box. We'll mail it back. This is us personally fulfilling these right here. So there you go. And as far as free stuff goes, yeah, I have a lot of free stuff I'm sending you guys, like a ton. All right, I'm going to get off in 1 second. It's been over 2 hours. Just going to take a quick look at the chat. I made a couple notes tonight. Not really notes, but bullet points. I don't think there's anything that I forgot about. I'm sure there's something I forgot about, but you guys will remind me of that for next time. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there you go. 2aeduperks@gmail.com. If you're interested in a shirt or if you're a channel member, we don't have your address. I like to send, at the very least, stickers to you guys, unless I'm doing another giveaway and you get lucky too. But, we don't have the address. So if you want anything like that, email it there. Patreon, you have the option to share your address or not. If you don't want to share it, great. But we can't send you a sticker unless we have it. So that's how that works. All right. So you guys are sitting here talking about yourself amongst yourselves, talking smack about me a little bit. Nah, you guys aren't. Seven Wonder said, thanks to AEDU. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I just want to kind of see who's in here real quick. I like seeing you guys. Chris Plummer, what's happening, man? He says, good night, all. Well, nice to see you. Bear Down says, great swag. Awesome, man. Davey85, nothing wrong with you making a few dollars for yourself. No, there's nothing wrong with that. And if I do someday, I do. But as of right now, being honest with you guys, still my most expensive hobby. But we'll see what happens. We're just going to keep having fun. As long as we're having fun, that's what matters, right? Having fun and fighting the good fight. As long as that's first and foremost, The rest of the stuff will work itself out or it won't. Now, like when I go to like an event and get free stuff, I'm sending that to all of you guys. When somebody nice like Toxic Patch comes in, to you guys. I can't give you these shirts for free because like literally these cost money to get made. We need to reimburse our friend Mark, who actually fronted the money for these. So yeah, you guys know how this works. And everything's so dang expensive right now. Have you guys shipped anything lately? It sucks. So that's why when I say I don't think ammo is going to get down to the price it was before, that's based on the fact that ain't nothing, it seems like, going to go back to what it was before. And that's like anything you buy, especially your groceries, especially all that. So I'm going to go through and keep doing some videos to give you guys some heads ups. Now, this is in a positive way. I want to end with this. This is not panicking. Buy before blah as much as, look, in the last year, anything you bought, the last year and a half, anything you bought, you felt like you get ripped off on, right? Well, the good news is some stuff is coming down in price and it will continue. Other stuff is going to continue to come down in price a little more before it might become heavily restricted. So this is actually stuff that I'm kind of feeling a little bit good about myself, that I'm able to grab a few here and there. Now, those of you that are watching the stream, you knew I bought this like over a year ago. I already had this, but I'm trying to put together a few more pieces, especially if you look over at this Taurus stuff that I showed in the stream like a month ago, especially when they had that Independence Day sale. I'm like 20% off. Are you kidding me? One of the viewers told me about that, by the way. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get another slide and a couple more barrels because worst case scenario, I just have them and I get to enjoy them. Okay, that's best case scenario, rather. Worst case scenario, okay, I have them and I'm glad I do because I can't get any more. I guess you could reverse which is the best, which is the worst. It's kind of a circular thing, but at the end of the day, I'd rather, have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Because if I don't technically need it, I can still have a lot of fun, right? I think you guys know what I'm talking about. And in fact, if I have extra stuff that I don't need, when everything gets all put out in the wash, I'll just hook up people I know that need it. I know a lot of you guys do that too. I know for a fact you guys do that because you guys send me stuff that I need. It was Matt Morrison just the other day sent me that retainer for the M90 PAP, which I can't touch, but the Yugo M90, right? Oh yeah. Rick would like a t-shirt. I will not forget, Rick. I have to set that aside for you. So there's only a couple double XL left. My friend Rick Nieper, shout out to him. He's been my guest on here a couple times before, my co-host. Rick just spoke for one of the 2 XLs. Anyways, if I end up with a few extra things and nothing happens with this rule regulations, and I hope it doesn't, well, I'll share with some friends. Like I said, Matt Morrison helped me out. Marco Polo, I've given him shout outs before. I'm just showing you guys real life examples here. Hold on one second. And I encourage you guys to do this. I don't mean send it to me. I mean, help out your friends and family that need a little bit here and there. They'll appreciate it. You'll need their help someday too. See, the pinky extender. This was a flat bottom. Viewer Marco Polo sent me that. So, hey, I end up with a couple extra slides, a couple extra barrels, and man, I don't need all this. All right. Well, so-and-so does, though. They don't have one, and they need one, We'll figure it out one way or another in the end. Jane Locke, email Jane, okay, if you could, just because it's called 2A EDU perks. Can you throw that one more time in the chat, please, Linda? I appreciate it. Or if you could take notes. Some of the moderators help me out in different ways, and Linda's been helping me get that information because I'm outnumbered. I can't keep up with all of you at once. What do they say here? Somebody asked me. Hold on. I just saw one that I was going to answer before I got out of here. What about buying a Yeet cannon? Well, I do have a High Point C9, but I don't have the one that specifically says Yeet. Do you guys want to see a High Point video? I've got a couple 995 carbines, the TS, and then the original like Planet of the Apes type platform. So I have 2 different versions of the 995 carbine, a C9 pistol, and a JHP 45. Any last minute requests, throw it in there, and I'll consider doing a video on it. And okay, here we go. Scott Plagueman. Thank you, sir. And thank you for supporting the channel as well. He says you will never lose investment on firearms parts and ammo. If you buy them right, absolutely not. If you buy it at the height and then sell it at the low, it is possible you could. But usually what happens, right, Scott, is if you just ride it out, it ends up going full circle and coming back to what you paid for it, even if you bought it. Look, I'm not telling you guys to panic buy. I think right now some of these parts are actually really cheap. The guns themselves went up like crazy. Ammo. Guns are dropping by the day. Go see Marksman TV's video. Ammo's going to be dropping just probably 6 months from now before it'll never get as low as it was, right? But before it gets lower, right now, I think a lot of these parts are kind of still undervalued. They never really went up that much. That's why I'm not giving advice. You guys are very smart people, but that's why I'm trying to get a little nest egg going, because I believe prices are still fair in many cases, and I'm going to do some videos in the near future going through showing you some of the things that I'm getting, and I'll tell you some of the reasons why I like them or why they don't, and then you all make up your mind, but I'll just try to help show you guys just so you know. Email at, see, most of the stuff, and Reptile, guys, I'm just trying to answer questions, guys. I'm not trying to be redundant. These shirts, like the 2A EDU shirt and the FFOA and all that, that's the Black Swan Tactical, links in the description. This shirt is a custom, like, local shirt that we literally have in person right now, physically, okay? There's only a limited amount of these that we have. We might be able to get more later. We might not. I'm not sure. But mainly, I'm doing my merch on Black Swan Tactical now, but right before that, I have some of these, thanks to a longtime viewer and friend named Mark. Email 2aeduperks@gmail.com, and I don't have like an e-commerce site, so just email. We'll email you back and tell us what size you are. We'll give you a price, including shipping. You can decide if you want it or not. You'll have to mail us payment. We'll mail it to you. It's like that because I don't have an e-commerce store or a business checking account for this or any of that. So, yeah. But Black Swan Tactical, that's a little different because that's a regular e-commerce site. So, hopefully that clears it up. All right, guys. Well, I've been on for, 2 hours and 15 minutes. So, it's getting a little late past my bedtime. I don't want you guys to get too tired and cranky for your fun weekend you're going to have. Hopefully it's not raining, by the way. I don't think it's going to rain here in Michigan. Sergeant Joe Smith, is the Yeet Cannon the official pistol of Alabama? I don't know. Let me know. Let me know if there's anyone from Alabama in here. I couldn't tell you. All right, guys. I've had a lot of fun tonight. I'm going to continue on talking about some of this stuff in regular videos. And, hey, the good Lord's willing and the creek don't rise any more than it already has, because it's risen a lot. If the creek don't rise, I'll be back here next Friday, 9:30. All right, guys, I appreciate all of you. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.